hello to the people. Let's see. All right.
We are live, and I just got hit with the good old reminder that Shiro would love Spider-Man. Got a whole with great power comes great responsibility thing going on already with his dead dad.
You know what? That's a good point. And plug in. Oh, no wonder you weren't working. I just didn't even have you focused. Maybe. All right, cool. And continue.
Oh wow, I didn't even realize that we didn't end on the Archer pep talk. We ended on Issei. Okay.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
So the sun is setting, so today's training ends. I'm practically at my limit, and I still have Magecraft lessons from Tosaka tonight. I failed to land a blow on Saber like I'd hoped, but I should save at least some energy for tonight. Because you definitely would be smacked if you fell asleep during the lesson.
I completely forgot that we were supposed to be training with Rin too. It's just that she, she wasn't ready.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't realize what starting from zero meant.
Yeah. It's like, I thought you were starting at 0, not -10.
She was like, okay, lesson 101. What kind of family crest did your dad give you? Family crest?
I know those things exist, but
Okay, so we're gonna, I thought we were at the Civil War. I guess we're going back to the Revolutionary War at this point.
Basically. It's also my turn to prepare dinner tonight. Saber went to wash up after me, so she won't be back for a while.
Don't go back there.
Exactly. Fujine bursts into the living room, practically a bundle of energy, and immediately dies onto a cushion on the floor. Unlike Saber, who needs to sleep over half the day, Fujine is like this all day, every day.
Well, she doesn't have a poor mana supply.
True. I bet it's no different when she's asleep. Yeah, probably. Like, definitely the type that's like moves around in her sleep. You might get smacked because you're just a little bit too close. Dang.
Kind of person to put her teddy bears in sleeper holds.
Yes. Exactly.
While unconscious.
Thankfully, they are not alive. Any living person would not be waking up in the morning. Oh gosh. She's holding one of the mini apples on the table.
3 a day.
3 a day. Okay. I mean, yeah, that's a high fiber diet. So, I mean, sure. Also, I feel like there's some propaganda in there. Like the whole, an apple a day keep the doctor away. They only said that so that way people will buy more apples.
It also comes down to the fact that idiots don't catch colds anyway.
Yeah.
なの？じゃあアップルパイでも作ろうか。主に白が
Ooh,
なん
an
だけ
apple
ど。
pie is the perfect thing to do with excess apples, even.
Ain't that the truth? Reminds me whenever Jack came to visit, that's literally what we did. That's literally what we did. Words. We made not one but two apple pies. One with your typical just flat top crust at the top, and then the other one with a lattice crust on top.
Goodness. That
Yeah.
man is such a housewife, and we love him.
Yeah, I even got to be a sous chef. It was fun. Fujine takes a casual bite at the apple as she makes her suggestion. I had put some apples I had already washed out on the table, but I guess she's not the sort to care.
まったくせっかくのうまい品を。
Oh right, they were from Buddy.
Yep. Because that is what I was trying to remember too. 'Cause I was like, I don't recall this ever being a thing previously that there was an excess of apples here. And I'm pretty sure he didn't buy them whenever he went to the store earlier. But yes, that makes sense. Issei. Misunderstanding. Excuse me. Misunderstanding or no, shouldn't she be a little more considerate about the gift my friend gave me out of concern? Well, to be fair, she didn't know. Or
I
did
also
you
want the
like
music cut out for that. Are you like raging?
maybe? All right, we just don't have no music now. For once, I should give her a piece of my mind.
I would like to rage, he says.
Yeah. Oh. It's a fork in the road.
I don't even know what these do.
All right, Fujine, where's my gift? She's actually going to force me to make a pie. I should hide out for a while you're in the middle of cooking dinner. And then don't worry about the apples. Fujine, eat some tangerines. Huh. None of these are the answer choices that I would expect for the follow up to I should give her a piece of my mind. I think I'm gonna go with yeah, I'm leaning towards the tangerines. Taiga eat tangerines. It'd be funny.
藤ね、リンゴ食うのもいいけど、ちゃんとノルマは果たせよな。藤ねが買い込んだみかん、まだ段ボール一箱分残ってんだぞ。
Quota of tangerines. Dang. How many did you buy?
あ、嫌なこと思い出しちゃった。もうみかんは食べ飽きたよ。
That's funny. Fujine's fangs, her teeth, dig into an apple as she complains.
食べ飽きただ。言っとくけど、俺は反対したんだからな。俺とさくらと藤ねしかいないっていうのに、餅は10枚近く頼むわ。段ボール3箱ものみかんは持ってくるわ。
Goodness.
正月だからって買い込みすぎだ。
Wow.
もう2月だっていうのに、あと1箱余ってるじゃんか。あのまま腐らせ
I
たら
don't even know where to stop with
藤ね
you.
に全額払ってもらうからな。
Oh, wow. Then, yeah,
So much to unpack there.
that's what I'm saying. Huh. But, I mean, they did good. They managed to get through 2 in just through the month of January. So
Clearly, they're doing something with them.
yeah, I mean, perfect solution. You now have two new people in the house. Ren, Saber, subsist off of tangerines. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. Speaking of tangerines, reminds me of the other day I went to oh, what's that restaurant called? I want to say it's Genghis Grill. And I was there and I was like, you know what? 'Cause I was just looking over the menu. I was like, you know what? Let's get the orange chicken. Nice staple. Can't do that wrong. And whenever they brought it out, you know how usually whenever you get orange chicken, they like clearly made it like with actual oranges, you know, like full size ones and everything. They
I'm
made
sorry,
theirs.
I
with-
think you mean Khan's Grill, not Genghis.
Yeah, Khan's,
Important
Genghis is similar enough.
I know why you, but okay, go on.
Yeah. And so they brought it out, and I saw that they made it with basically tangerines because they had like even some of the little slices still in there. And I'm like, huh. Never in all my days have I thought to use tangerines to make some orange chicken.
Well, they are orange.
They are orange. Wasn't terrible, but I would prefer the real orange. But anyway, that's enough for that aside.
つかぬことを聞くけど、みかんってどのくらいで傷むのかな。
ああ、常温で2週間から1ヶ月。そろそろアウトだ。
Exactly. Well, I'm storing them in the cold room, so we should have a little more time, but I'm not going to tell her that.
ゲゲ。じゃあ今まさに食べ頃腐り頃。
So now you care.
藤ね、間違っても一人暮らしなんかするなよな。最近の食中毒、本気で怖いんだから。食べ物はちゃんと賞味期限をチェックして、夏場の魚料理も気をつけること。
Summer fish?
Yeah, because of all the heat, makes it go bad faster.
Right, I'm stupid.
But definitely, good point about make sure to check expiration dates. That's one thing I face constantly because it's just me, myself, and I. There's no way to get through everything in a reasonable amount of time.
大丈夫。そん時はシロんとこにお邪魔するから平気。
Wow,
You mean
乗
like
り
you're
物でい
doing
いから
now?
ちょうだいね。
you can give me leftovers.
Honey, I don't know if you know this, but in 20 years, there's gonna be this big old recession going on. And I'm not gonna be able to have enough leftovers for me, let alone you.
Yeah, you right. You right. In this economy.
You can pry my leftovers from my dead stomach.
Oh my gosh.
藤姉は大食いだからな。飯食いに来るなら、ちゃんと藤姉の分も用意しとく。
Oh, what a big softy. I huff as I turn away and go back to preparing dinner.
じゃあ私いっぱい稼いで食費入れてあげる。
You know what? Not necessarily a terrible setup. Personal chef for the tiger. Because
long
at
as
least
you're
now he's getting
paid.
paid. Yeah, exactly. As opposed to now where it's just Ah, yes, the freeloaders here.
The freeloader whose dad, my dad, was in debt to, so now I'm in debt to that dad.
Exactly.
シロはキリツグさんと同じで解消なしだから。
What did you call him?
Oh my gosh. How
You
do
keep
you,
my dad's name out your mouth, woman.
like, how you gonna call him a good, excuse me, a good for nothing whenever, like, he is literally constantly going on all these trips, like, internationally? You need money to do that. That's not a cheap hobby.
Especially in 2004 Japan.
Yeah.
While being in debt to the Yakuza. Like,
Yeah. Obviously, man was holding it down. Either that or just said, who cares about the house payments? I pay my minimum every month. That'd be aight.
言ってろ。それよりさ、なんであんなにいっぱいみかん買ったんだよ。さくらはああいう果物嫌いだし、俺だって食べ
oh
る
no,
ことない
she's
って
time
知
to
ってる
go.
だろ。
Oh, it was on sale, so it must be good.
Oh no. That's the worst plan. I might as well ask the question that's been bothering me since New Year's.
別に。あ、けどオレンジペコって響きいいよね。
Pardon?
Let's see. Translator's note. Do the thing. Orange. Pekoe. Interesting. Orange Pekoe is a grade of black tea, not a flavor. It refers to a specific size and appearance of the tea leaves, often consisting of leaf buds and young, tender leaves. It's a common grade in black teas from India and Sri Lanka, and the name Orange Pekoe is believed to have originated in European trade with the Dutch East India Company.
Oh, right. Another thing to warn you of. Do not watch any of the Ultimates for Saber or Archer. Feel like that should have been a given, but it kind of hit me.
Oh yeah, I wasn't planning on it.
Okay, because like Sabers you can watch after we finish this one. Archer, he's got a route to himself for a fucking reason.
Okay. I didn't know that he had a whole route to himself.
Well,
for a
his route's the Rin route, remember?
I guess so.
He kind of hijacks his master's route, ain't that funny?
I mean, let's be honest. We're here for him.
I mean, I am.
He's the homie.
He gives you the pep talk you don't want to hear.
Yeah. I bet him and Piccolo would get along well.
Yes, Archer, we see the fit. Stop or reform it. Hey, you like hanging out in wastelands? Yeah. Me too!
Oh god.
Something add me on MySpace?
Oh my gosh. Because that would be era appropriate. Oh my gosh. That's funny. Well, I was a fool to expect sense from Fujine.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah. It wasn't even something reasonable, like you said. A sale.
Oh, I was mistaken. She does have armor. She has a single shoulder pad.
I see.
I mean, at least it's the left shoulder. That's where you would want the extra armor.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know, if she actually used a shield.
Yeah. Yeah. I finished preparing dinner. It's past 7. Saber and Fujine are in the living room, and Tosaka, who's usually here by now, isn't.
あいつ外で何かあったんじゃないだろうな。
I don't think Tosaka is the type to get into trouble, but I also know she sometimes makes huge mistakes. Uh-huh.
ちょっと見てくるか。
If it's just looking around the house, I should be fine alone. I head out of the hallway. As I'm about to leave the house, Tosaka walks in wearing her coat.
遠坂。
You live.
ただいま。何？エプロン姿でお出迎え？割と似合ってるじゃない、そういうの。
It is pink. I want to make that very clear. It is a pink apron.
Yeah,
It's Sakura's apron.
I recall. Fantastic. Tosaka jokes casually, but her face is completely expressionless.
The deadpan jokes are often the best ones, but it is scary.
Indeed. The people who can joke like that with such a straight face are the most terrifying sort of people.
As if you've ever made a joke in your life, Redhead.
Could see him having cracked the joke. Was it a very good joke that got the whole room like bending over in laughter? Maybe not, but I can see him cracking a joke.
Even if they are bending over in laughter, it's not because of the joke he said, it's because of something else about how he did it.
Yeah. We're not laughing with you, we're just laughing at you.
We love my autistic king.
Indeed. Noni. The moment I tried to ask her what happened, I spot blood on her hand. That's a small blood stain, and her index finger is swollen. Does that mean?
遠坂。とてつもなく悪い予感を口にするんだが。
何よ。つまんないことなら聞かないわよ。
いや、お前さ、もしかして誰か殴ってきたんじゃないの
That's
か。
the index. What was that, a fucking 1-inch punch?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Who? I mean, I guess the index and the middle are the ones that you're supposed to punch, but why specifically the index? Like, was she hooding it when she had the gentleman pinky out? Like, or what is that what we're talking about?
Oh my gosh.
Like, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like,
Yeah.
if you ever get into a fight with somebody and they get in their fighting stance and their fighting stance is instead of a closed fist, it's the surfer dude, run.
Oh gosh.
ごめんと。何かとやかましいシンジにナックルパートを見舞いしてきたわ。
Oh. Bye
I take it
forever.
back. I take it back. Good on you.
Yeah. I don't know what happened, but he definitely asked for it.
Don't even have to ask. I just know he asked for it.
Yeah. Tosaka huffs and passes right by me. Okay, so she gave him a knuckle sandwich. Then the blood stain and swollen finger would make sense. Hey, wait!
待て待て待て待て。シンジを殴ったってどういうことだ、遠坂。
The music.
It's so funny to me hearing this emotional range from Sugiyata Noriaka because just you would never hear this from Sasuke.
You right.
It's like seeing a whole different side of a character who's not even here.
Yeah, exactly.
うるさいわね。気に食わなかったからギッタンギッタンにしてやっただけよ。
Oh, she didn't give him a knuckle sandwich. She gave him a full course meal.
Gave him the $2 steak is what she gave him.
ギッタンギッタンって、ナックルパートってベアか。
I mean, what else am I going to use? This lead pipe that's also bent, got blood stains on it. I mean, whoops, that's not what you're supposed to see.
Sometimes you gotta go for the Broderick method. You put the pipe inside a roll of newspaper, so if anybody asks,
Oh
I
my
was just roughing out
gosh.
with this newspaper, nothing too big. Why are you asking so many questions, Kappa?
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna be
Bear,
posting an
bear.
image.
グリズリー級にベアよ。
Bare as can be. Bare like a grizzly.
Now
What
that's
a
the kind of
line.
pun- That's the kind of pun we live by here.
It's so good.
In stream plans, this is just in right now.
Let me see this. Yeah, here we go. So my client beat someone up and still made it on time for her appointment to get her nails done. Which, you know
Talk
what?
about bloody knuckles. Look at those shits.
I know. But you know what? At least it was beforehand. So that way, any nails that were broken in the
They get
delivery.
repaired.
Yeah, exactly.
She's gonna pull up to work like, is that blood? It's not mine.
Exactly. Oh gosh. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Tosaka snorts again. A brief silence. I don't know what to say, so I keep my mouth shut. Good job. So proud of you. An awkward silence stretches between us.
話を戻そう。シンジを殴ったって言うけど、どうしてそんなことになったんだよ。
殴って当然じゃない。私に自分と組めたの、シローは使えないやつだから見限れだの言うからよ。
Wow.
That thieving bilge rat.
Wow. Wow. Huh.
人を呼びつけておいてつまんないこと言うから、殴りつけて黙らせたの。
Good job, Tosaka. Good job.
Remember when I said if there was a wrestling team at that school, she should be the captain even if she wouldn't be?
Yeah. Isn't that short-sighted even for you, Tosaka? Or maybe.
Maybe Shinji said something so stupid that he actually pissed Osaka off, even though she's usually so level-headed.
All of the above.
何よその目。言っとくけど、被害者は私の方よ。
I believe you. I just.
Yeah, I agree.
いや、それは両成敗だろ。
I think it goes both ways.
Hard?
Oh my gosh. Yes, Shinji the victim for getting his face rearranged, and then Ren the victim for being accosted by his stupidness.
I'm reminded of a very good scene that just kind of goes along the lines of, you
話をするんだ。
broke my nose,
あい
bastard.
つ俺に協
It's
力
an
しないかって
improvement.
持ち出してきたんだぞ。
Oh, fantastic.
Shiro, you're being a little slow here. I need you to catch up. He's not a good guy.
Yeah. He's just doing whatever he can to get ahead. Especially since, you know, you turned him down.
You turned him down. You had a secret affair with his servant. Okay, you didn't do all of that, but
I mean, winkety wink, waggle the eyebrows.
さあ、あいつシローにライバル意識でもあるんじゃない？私とシローが一緒に住んでるって教えてからかなり
You what?
おかしくなってた。
Girl, who haven't you told that we living together?
I'm sorry that my inner SpongeBob fish number 5 came out, but like,
Girl, please.
住んでることを教えたって父さんがシンジに俺たちのことを話したのか？
don't phrase it like that. Neither of you are helping this scenario.
Oh gosh. I love that his reaction was 1-to-1 your exact reaction.
He's just missing the SpongeBob fish number 5 face. That's all he's missing.
Oh gosh.
Just gotta edit Shiro's shirt onto that picture. Just that's all you need.
Yeah, that's it. Oh my gosh. Also, like you said, why you gotta phrase it like that? Oh gosh.
ええ、話したわよ。昨日の朝だったかな。シンジのやつ、私を呼びつけて、僕もマスターになったから遠坂と同じさ。
Rin!
偉そうに言ってくるんだもの。なんか頭にきてね。それじゃあシローも同じよって言ってやったの。
Just giving out all my personal information, why don't you?
He already knows where I live, so it's not like you can do much, but still.
Oh my goodness.
それで身の程を知ったかなって思ったのに、ついさっきうちの前で待ち伏せしてたってわけ。
You what?
Squint. Outside my house? Hmm.
で、悪いけど、もうエミヤくんの家で暮らしているから、あんたみたいな半端なマスターと協力する気はないって言ったんだけど。何？もしかしてまずかった？
I feel like she's underestimating him as a threat. It's
Oh
okay to
my
underestimate him
gosh.
as a person, but the man is the threat. Like, we can agree, right, Richie?
He himself, no. His servant, yes.
I mean, he's unhinged.
Well, that too. He's liable to do anything. I agree. He cannot be predicted. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Shinji was already smitten with Tosaka, so what she just told him is just adding fuel to the fire. Yeah, that is a good point. He did have the major crush on her, and now it's like, I guess the object of all my affection, living with the dude that I hate the most. Mm, 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 mm. Well, but still, now it all makes sense. I figured out why Shinji's been hostile only towards Tosaka and why he's being so persistent about asking her to team up with him. Meaning he.
けど不思議よね。シンジのやつ、なんだって私にこだわるのかしら。あいつの性格から言って、誰かと協力するなんて考
She's
え
so
るの
used to
浮かばないと
not
思うん
being
だ
seen
け
as
ど
a。person.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the classic line, they're kobolds, they don't count, but there are no kobolds here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Actually, because Ren is special to Shinji.
不思議でもなんでもない。シンジにとって遠坂は特別なんだと思う。あいつもともと魔術師の家系だったんだろ。なら同じ魔術師の家系でまだちゃんと血を残している遠坂に憧れていたんじゃないかな。
Sometimes you need that extra input.
Hmm?
Sometimes you just need that extra input, you know?
Oh, yeah, to give that extra little bit of perspective and clarity. Yeah. That's why he's so persistent with Tosaka. I think Ren's been a target for Shinji's affection since long before the Holy Grail War started.
Not inaccurate.
ちょっとそりゃ好意を持たれるのは嬉し
Are
い
you?
けど。
Are you sure you're positive that you're flattered? If I found out a guy like that had a crush on me, I'd change everything about me.
Dang. Oh, so therefore she's that blind to him. What in the world is she going to do whenever we follow up with? And now, did you know that you are known as essentially the princess of the school and that basically every guy likes you, with notable exceptions? Like
Fucked up.
Issei.
Oh god. I don't think Issei... I don't know, I feel like Issei plays for the other team, not gonna lie.
Potentially.
I don't know, I've seen a misogynistic homo. I've seen it before.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're from this nice little country called Sparta.
Okay. I can see it. Must have been a real surprise, because Tosaka looked completely bewildered.
ああ、思い出した。そういえば1年の頃、シンジに告白されてたわ、私。
Girl, please.
To be fair, I would forget about that too.
You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. Not everything is worth remembering.
Oh, it was first year. Like, you had a lot going on anyway.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. For a moment, her expression as she realizes that she'd obviously forgotten is almost comical. I sympathize with Shinji. Just now, though.
Okay, he's catching on.
道理で懲りずに話しかけてくるはずだ。納得したわ。
Women.
いいけど
Mm-hmm.
それ返事はどうしたんだよ。
How you think she replied? Boy, get out my face. I'm trying to go to class.
Said with all the impunity of a black woman, too.
Exactly.
For just that moment, Tosaka had twin braids. I'm picturing Rastafarian written now, and it is tearing me up.
Oh my gosh, that is an image. Oh man. Oh gosh.
ああ、断ったんじゃない？
Oh yeah, there's only one way you can respond if you didn't even remember that he had a crush on you.
Yeah. And you're obviously not dating now, nor recall dating him at any point, so therefore, that literally is the only option.
Don't get me wrong, I've forgotten that I've dated somebody. But that was because I pushed them out of my mind. I forgot they even existed, let alone that we dated. Like,
You know what? Fair enough. Not everything needs to be remembered.
but sometimes they come back into your life and you just go, damn, how did I ever forget an ass like that?
Yeah? Yeah?
I think you should click now.
私、勝負事は先出しじゃないと気が済まないの。
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
What does that mean?
Basically, my guess is the relationship has to start on her terms because she wants to wear the pants in the relationship. So therefore, she has to be the person to ask them out. Anything less is unacceptable.
It's gonna be so funny when we ask her out.
やるなら自分からっていうか、相手から勝負を仕掛けられても乗れないっていうか。
Uh-huh.
Thank you for... Hey, you should throw out the trash. Well, now I don't feel like it.
Yeah, that's literally what she said. Osaka thinks really hard, but she's acting as if she doesn't really remember. I'm astonished. She might be entirely driven by her emotions. Yeah, that is a teenager for you.
You try so hard to be logical, but still.
Oh gosh.
嘘、なんであんたがそんなこと知ってるのよ。
Oh my gosh, she was right.
I'm
Dang.
terrible at poker, too.
I mean, I could see the potential for her being halfway decent at poker.
It's just that, you know, you call her out on something.
Yeah, that's true. The facade would break. On the deliveries, like, yes, this is Four Kings.
The moment, the absolute second she has to deal with someone with that Jotaro mindset, she's going to crumble, though. Like,
Yeah.
Nani? He's not even looking at his cards? It's over. It's over. Pack it up. She's not going to know what to do with that.
You right. You right. I knew it. If she likes to make the first move, she's probably not great when she has to react to someone else.
それには醤油を使ってくれ、セイバー。間違ってもマヨネーズなんてかけてくれるな。
She's not that kind of white woman.
Dang. But let it also be said that Japanese mayonnaise is quite different from everyone else's mayonnaise.
True.
And they do like put it on most things. So much so that it is one of the isekai staples for, all right, this is a food from my homeland. I am going to learn how to make it.
Alright, reaches for the mayo. This isn't mayo! What do you mean? It's how we've always made mayo.
Exactly.
Give an isekai protagonist some Chick-fil-A sauce, watch their brain explode.
Oh my gosh.
The homophobia, it adds so much to the taste.
Indeed.
Jesus died for this chicken, you best.
It was even given a day of rest on Sunday. Oh gosh.
そうでしたか。いえ、タイガがそちらをかけているの
No.
で、私もそうするべきなのかと。
Dang. Dot dot dot.
藤姉は単に遊んでるだけだ。あんまり参考にならないから以後気をつけるように。
Dang.
そうでしたか。
Not wrong.
以前はさくらを参考にしていたので、シローに注意されることはなかったのです
Because
が。
she's Sakura.
Yes, she is a good role model.
いや、別に怒ってるわけじゃない。せっかく作ったんだから美味しく食べてほしいだけだ。で、さっきの話に戻るんだけど。
シロー、おかわり。お味噌汁は具だくさんね。
はいよ。セイバーは今日は昨日よりハードだったからお腹減ってるんじゃないか。
私は特に。ですが念のため、もう一杯いただいておきます。
Yeah, just to be sure.
ああ、そうしろそうしろ。夜中に腹が減って眠れず、挙句に冷蔵庫を漁るなんて暴挙に出る。なんて真似をセイバーまでしだしたらショック死しかねない。
That would be a funny image. Saber creeping into the kitchen. Snacks. I'm sure that there were some leftovers, right?
ひどい。あれは私じゃないよ。見知らぬ泥棒さんが冷蔵庫を荒らしていっただけだい。
Oh my gosh.
You know, a hit dog will holler. Taiga.
Dang. Dang.
じゃあその泥棒に言っとけ。肉ばっかり食うんじゃなくて野菜も取れってな。それと狙いすましたように冷蔵庫のデザートを平らげるなと。まったく飢えた獣じゃあるまいし。
なに？私を虎と呼ぶな！
He didn't say tiger.
A hit dog will holler, Taiga.
呼んでねえって。あつ熱した大根を投げるなと言うんだこのバカ者。
Oh gosh. Not the daikon radish.
Kono bakemono, he said.
Mm-hmm. Rin?
She's been quiet this entire time. It's scary.
Just observing. Which, you know, to be fair, I would be the same. It's dinner and a
Very
show.
But usually she at least has more of an expression than that.
True. True, I agree.
シロ、台所の方で鍋が沸騰しているようですが。
Oh no. Better run for it, buddy.
Not in socks, are you kidding me?
藤根、ちょっと。
It'll be fine. The Tommy mats, they have some relatively good traction, I think. Maybe, probably, I don't know. I believe.
I'm sure he's practiced running in socks, the psychopath.
Yeah, I certainly have.
よろしい。鶏肉とゆで卵の醤油煮を早く持ってくるのだ。
Sounds good.
Does sound good.
了解。じゃあ藤根の相手よろしくな、セイバー。
It's like 2 feet away, big dog.
はい。どうぞ慌てずに調理をしてください、シロ。
Aww. You get those little peeks at her actual personality.
Mm-hmm. I get up. Oh, that reminds me. Why has Tosaka been so quiet this whole time?
父さんか、今日の飯まずいか。
Or are you still in shock that someone has a crush on you?
別に何でもないから話しかけないで。
Wow,
Feisty today, are we?
I know. She turns her head away grimly. She's not the type to dwell on things like Shinji for so long, so there must be something else bothering her. Fujine goes home satisfied after dinner. Saber and Tosaka are in the living room. At first, that had been awkward, but after training with Saber for the last 2 days, it doesn't feel that way
セイバ
anymore.
ー、もう眠っていていいぞ。あとはこっちでやっとくから。
That's one of the tracks from Sugihime in the back.
Oh, really?
I don't know which track because they're not titled. They're just called Track 01, Track 02, all the way to 10.
You know what? Fair enough.
いいえ、シロが眠るまでは私も起きています。シロの魔術がどれほどの腕なのか、リンから聞
Okay,
きた
no
いところで
pressure.
もありますから。
Ran. So he's got next to nothing. The end.
It's extra funny because I know what she's gonna do to him today.
Oh, Lord.
そうか。なら今日は早めに遠坂の部屋に行こう。構わないよな、遠坂。
ええ、構わないけど。ずいぶんとセイバーと仲良くなったのね、あなた。
Is that why you were so quiet?
Are you feeling jealous that I have an amicable relationship with my servant and you and Archer are at each other's throats like two cats, I guess?
He does have cat vibes.
Mm-hmm.
He's very specifically pure white cat, and then Tosaka's like a tuxedo cat.
Yeah, I can see it.
Oh.
Indeed. For some reason, Tosaka says this with the same miffed tone she had when we were eating dinner.
部屋で待って
I'm
るか
so
ら、
glad
後
Myth
片
is
付けが
part
終わ
of
ったら来て。
regular English now.
Right?
それと、明日からは私も学校を休むから。午後は私のところに来なさいよね。
Okay.
シロ、リンに何かしたのですか？彼女は怒っているように見えましたが。
What did you do to her?
That's what I'm trying to figure out, homegirl. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
セイバーにもそう見えたか。わからないな。俺、あいつを怒らせるようなことはしてないけど。
Saber and I face each other and tilt our heads.
Every time I see an expression from Saber that isn't her normal blank one, I enjoy it so much.
Right? They're all so good. And they're all so rare, which makes them twice as good. We have no idea why Tosaka's so angry.
それじゃあ出始めにこのランプを強化してみて。周りのガラスの強度だけ上げればいいから。
Okay.
I take it back. I don't know what we're doing tonight.
Okay. Tosaka hands me an old looking lamp. I sit on the floor. I cut the lamp with my hands and take a deep breath. Tosaka says it like it's so easy, but I'm all tense from nervousness. I've been trying this literally every night, but with the success rate below 0.1%.
Oof.
Tosaka says she wants to see what I can do to measure my skill, but there's nothing to measure if my strengthening doesn't work in the first place. I try to shake off any distractions. Right now, I need to focus on the lamp. Line. The blueprint of the lamp pops in my head. The material of the glass, its composition, the flow of its power. I can see it as if it were the network of blood vessels. Then all I have to do is infuse my magical energy into those vessels. I just have to do what I always do. The sensation of a burning metal rod sliding down my spine. All I have to do is let that burning nerve into myself, however much it shouldn't exist in a human body, and let it fuse with me. As long as that works, all I have to do is pour the right amount of magical energy into the glass. Whoops. It shatters. I couldn't control myself, and I ended up using more magical energy than I should have, and the glass shattered. I looked timidly at Tosaka. That wasn't a priceless heirloom, right? Because I am not reimbursing you for that.
やっぱりそうじゃないかって思ってたんだけど、本当にそうだったか。
Uh-huh.
そうじゃないかって何がだよ、遠坂。
そんなの決まってるでしょ。あんたの才能のなさに呆れたのよ。そもそも基本がなってない。まったく。よくもそんなデタラメな方法で魔力を生成できるもんだって感心するわよ。
Are you telling me you don't almost kill yourself every time you cast a spell?
遠坂、もしかして怒ってる？
Furious.
The delivery of that line gets me, and similar, gets me every time. Tosaka, are you mad?
Like a
当
Labrador.
たり前じゃない。こんな基本的な問題を抱えたまま鍛錬してきたあんたにも呆れてるし、間違いを正さなかったあんたの
He's already
さ
dead.
覚えるわ。
Yeah. Do you think that I would have gotten this far if I actually, or no, let me rephrase. Do you think that I would be this bad if I actually had a mentor? There we go.
なんだってあんたはこんな遠回りなことになってるのよ。
A roundabout way, you say?
Well, show me a more direct path.
Yeah. Teach me, senpai.
言ってることはわからないが、親父の悪口はよせ。俺に才能がないのは俺の責任なんだから。
Yeah, keep his name out your mouth.
That's twice today.
And you didn't even know him.
Yeah.
関係あるわよ。 仮にも弟子にしたんなら教え子の道を正すのが師匠じゃない。
Well, he didn't really, but I'll let him explain.
Right. More like I saw him doing magic and I said I'm learning magic by any means necessary.
そりゃもういない人に当たっても仕方がないけど、それにしたってあんたの師匠は初めの手順を間違えているわ。
The first step. Okay. Sasaka, clearly still angry, takes something that looks like a can out of her bag. It looks like a can filled with colorful hard candy, the sort of thing children overseas might like.
Jolly Ranchers.
I guess? Or just like your typical jar of like jawbreakers that you see like on the countertop at a candy store.
Well, yeah, but Jawbreakers are like white with swirls, aren't they?
They can be. They come in all colors and shapes and sizes.
And he lied to me.
I knew that's where you were referencing.
I've never had a Jawbreaker. I've only ever had Jolly Ranchers.
Fantastic. Oh gosh. But yes, Jolly Ranchers also valid. I've seen similar containers in Japan too. They hold a variety of differently flavored candies. The white ones are mint.
シロ、手出して。
I do as she asks. Tosaka shakes out of the can and a red candy pops into my hand.
はい、それ飲んで。
To swallow? Nani? Again, I do as she asks. Just a whole piece of candy. Yoink.
甘くない。
Oh, it's not sweet. Oh no. Actually has no flavor at all. And the texture is more like a rock than candy. Oh. Now you going to give him a cup of water? Dang.
いた。食道がヒリヒリするけど、今のは何なんだよ、遠坂。
What did you just give the man?
何って宝石に決まってるじゃない。見てわからなかった？
Lord have mercy. I had a feeling
Here,
that
she really said here. She really said here, take this pill. Okay, it's not a pill, it's a rock.
not just any rock. What you just ate was a 24 karat ruby.
It was probably red. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, yeah, that's what it said. It was a red.
You cut out for
candy.
like a super long time. All I had was the actual text.
Oh, did I really?
Over Discord, not over the stream.
Oh, okay. But yeah, it did say that it was red.
Okay.
Yeah.
I take it back, by the way. I do know exactly where this is going.
Okay.
Once you pull out the lamp, I was like, am I early? No, I'm exactly on time.
Oh boy. She says it so casually. But it's totally outrageous.
宝石ってなんで？
Hold on, isn't this one of them jewels that you like infuse your magical energy in?
Did I just drink your blood? Is that what you're telling me right now, Rin?
And you knew exactly where I was going with this. Donnie?
仕方ないでしょ。薬も用意してきたんだけど、白を矯正するにはそんなものじゃ効かないの。だから一番強いのでスイッチを開くしかないなって。
Oh my.
Didn't even give me no Joy-Cons?
Oh, dang.
いや、そういうことじゃなくてだな。なんだって宝石なんか飲ますんだよ、お前は。そんなん消化できるか？
Exactly.
Yeah.
あのね、不安がるならもっと別のことを不安がりなさい。ただの宝石じゃないんだから。
Yeah, I bet.
今のはまだ分かってないあなたに無理やり分からせるための強制装置。そろそろ解き始める頃だから気合い入れてないと気絶するわよ。
Oh my god, she drugged us.
Oh, interesting. Jewel shaped knowledge capsule. Interesting.
Learn.
Basically.
気絶するわよって、何爽やかに物騒な。
Just as I say that, it starts to get all weird. Not it. My body is burning. My limbs are starting to go numb.
That's not good.
Heat builds up in my back in a flare of what I can only describe as pain. I furrow my brow and try to concentrate, or I know I'll fall over. You should just fall over. It might make it better.
You really should.
I know. I know this feeling. This is the feeling of failure. This is my body reacting when it fails to construct a magic circuit inside me.
大丈夫。苦しいでしょうけど、今の状態を維持していれば少しずつ楽になるわ。もっとも
Weeks.
体の熱さだけは2、3週間続くだろうけど。
Girl, the
Uh-huh.
war's gonna be over by then.
That's what I'm saying.
You can't give me no aspirin or nothing?
I don't think a aspirin gonna help.
You know what? That's fair. If my limbs are already tingling, do not thin my blood further.
Yeah. I really want to respond, but I can't stay composed enough to do it. All I can do is muster the strength to stay balanced so I don't topple over. I keep saying, just fall over, it'll be fine. Probably.
いい？魔術師と人間の違いっていうのはスイッチがあるかないかなの。
Okay.
このスイッチっていうのは魔術回路のオンオフだってのはわかるでしょ？ほら、
Right, because she
そこ
mentioned
に
she
お
has
湯を
one.
沸かせる電気ポットがあるじゃない？魔術師っていうのはそれなの。で、普通の人はお湯は沸かせないけど、お湯を保温できるポットってわけ。
Interesting. Okay.
似たようで違うものなのよ、私たちは。お湯を沸かすスイッチのあるなしは、もう個人ではどうしようもない問題でしょ？生まれつき、いえ、作られる時に電気ポットか保温瓶か分けられるんだもの。スイッチがない人には一生魔術なんて体験できない。
So I guess that's what she meant about going, skipping step one and then not, like, going the roundabout route for, doing magecraft.
It's brute force, but it's brute force in the most stupid way in her mind.
Yeah, exactly. Like, no wonder every time you try to use magic, you nearly kill yourself.
いい？あなたは素人だけど、魔術回路は確かにある。つまり、
Mhm.
Several, in
適性は
fact.
あるのよ。
Yeah.
だから一度でも魔術回路を体内に作ってしまえば、あとは切り替えるだけでいい。スイッチを押して
Instead of, you know,
自分の中でオンとオフを切り替えるだけ
making
で
a
魔
new
力
one
はなる
every
わ。
time.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's spaghetti coding his way into being a mage.
Oh my gosh.
Do not crack open Shiro's game jam code, I beg you.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. I calm my breathing. Just as Tosaka said, so long as I maintain my composure, things don't get worse.
魔術回路を作るのは一度だけでいいのよ。だっていうのに、あなたは毎回一から魔術回路を作って自分の中に組み込もうとしている。
Yep, which is like what you were just saying. Starting over from scratch and then making a new one every time.
それは無駄なの。一度でも体内に確立したものなら、あとは切り替えるだけでいいんだから。本来ね、魔術回路を成し得た者は、次にいつでも切り替えられる鍛錬を受けるのよ。けど、あなたの死はそれをしなかった。だから毎回、死の危険性を負って魔術回路を作る。なんて真
Which
似を
begs
し
the
ている。
question: how many of those things does he have, Ben?
Yeah, because, like we said, we've been doing this every day.
Or as much as every day as we can.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I'm thinking like you saw when he activates, when he activates his strengthening, he has one line.
Yep. And then there's all the other branches.
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
they're all empty.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't even realize they're still there.
Yep.
But I do imagine like after there's gotta be a limit to how many you can make, at least in regards to like how many don't just immediately dissolve. Because I'm sure he's failed at making one and just hasn't died yet.
Yes. Yeah, there definitely have some failures along the way. Because I want to say at the beginning, whenever he was doing his training in the shed, he mentioned that sometimes it didn't quite work out and whatever.
The dissolving, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. It's been a minute for me, but it's also been like technically longer for you. But you're fresher.
I mean, we were both here at the same exact time. I don't know what you mean. But yes, I got you.
いえ、もしかしたらあなたの父親も同じ勘違いをしていたのかもしれないけど。
This is extra funny knowing what I know about him. Like, you keep doubting him. That man knew more about it than you could ever imagine.
That's crazy. I exhale. Sensation starting to return to my limbs.
ずっと間違って鍛錬してきたあなたのスイッチは閉じている。こうなっちゃうと力技でこじ開けてシロの体にスイッチがあるって分からせなくちゃいけないでしょ。
You know, it's like our talk about if I suddenly grew wings, would I know how to use them?
Yeah. And the short answer, no. But we're going to embed this flight module into your body. So now
So
you do.
We're gonna make you grow wings, and they're gonna keep flapping until you figure out how to make them stop.
Yeah.
いい？今の宝石はね、そのスイッチを強制的にオンにするものよ。だからシローはずっとそのまま。元の状態に戻りたかったら、シロー自身の力でオフにするしかない。
Okay.
それができたのなら、あとは宝石の助けなんていらないわ。以後は比較的簡単な精神の作用で、あなたは魔術回路
And
を
it's a
操れるよ
mental
うになる。
muscle.
Yeah. This makes
It's
sense.
It's the Showtime trick when you adjust your tie in the mirror and then go to work.
Yeah. Can't we do something about this burning sensation? Remember, if this burning lasts longer than 3 weeks, go see your nearest mage specialist.
If this lasts more than, 48 hours, please see a priest. I'll guarantee you meet God. That's a heavenly pact.
Oh boy.
She keeps telling me to turn off this switch, but how the hell am I supposed to do that?
もう喋れるの？
Oh, clearly you underestimated how stubborn I am.
Ain't that the truth?
ほう、自身のコントロールはうまいんだ。なら、
Good. 3 weeks is too damn long.
For real, for real.
スイッチそのものは今の状態を落ち着けよう、早く楽になろうって体の方で勝手にオフにしてくれるから。
And then you'll have the muscle memory.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
あとはそのスピードを自分の意思で速くするだけ。ね、簡単でしょ？
Yes. Easy.
いや、だから全然わからない。
Oh, he turned to an old man.
Mm-hmm.
スイッチだなんて言われても実感湧かないぞ、俺。
Well, of course, there's not a literal light switch inside of you. You got to mentally imagine it. Imagine, my dude.
今はそうだけど、そのうち明確にイメージできるようになるわ。頭の中にポンってボタンが浮かぶようになるから。あとはそれを切り替えるだけで、とりあえず魔術回路は簡単に開けるようになるわよ。
He already says Tunai-san. I imagine that'll be the word.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. We're working with buttons, not actual light switches. Which I guess, looking in the background here, they too have buttons, not actual switches.
Fair play.
Carry on.
だといいけどな。今はともかく気持ち悪い。
でしょうね。シロ、今まで強化の魔術を使ったらすぐに魔術回路を閉じてたでしょ。今はその逆でずっと魔術回路が開いている状態だもの。いつでも全力疾走しているようなものだから苦しいのは当たり前よ。けど魔術師ならそれぐらいは必須条件なんだから。マスターとして戦うって言うんならスイッチのオンオフはきっとシローの助けになる。
分かってる。不意打ちだったけど遠坂には感謝してる。確かにスイッチなんてものが実感できるようになるならそれはプラスだからな。
分かってるじゃない。けど感謝される言われなんてないわよ。私は協力者であるあんたが弱いままだと困るから手助けしてるだけなんだから。
I know, right? Oh, Tosaka, what will we ever do without you? Tosaka huffs and looks away. Maybe it's because my body's all warm. But dazed as I am, I find myself thinking that Tosaka might just be a good person.
You sure about that, champ?
He's falling for the trap.
何よ、人の顔ジロジロ見て。
With your eyes glazed over.
いや、遠坂は素直じゃないなって思っただけだ。
そう、そんな軽口を叩けるなんて余裕あるじゃないエミヤくん。そんなに元気なら続けて教えても大丈夫よね。
Yeah, sure, why not? No promises on how much will stick, but sure. Tosaka grins wickedly and draws closer. Nani?
Get away from me, woman. Chotto matte kudasai.
Yeah. Chotto matte. I still can't move a muscle. So what is she? Hey.
それじゃあもう一度強化をしてみて。今のあなたじゃ魔力のコントロールもできないだろうけど、その状態に慣れてもらわないと戦力にならないわ。
You know, it's best to train when you're tired because you're not ever going to be at full energy.
Yeah.
大丈夫。ランプは山ほど持ってきたし、何十回失敗するかわからないけど、 強化が成功するまで休ませてなんてあげないから。
Girl, please. She smiles, and even though I can hardly move, she hands me a lamp. Osaka, this is brutal. It's like forcing someone to walk a tightrope while they have a 40-degree fever. Oh gosh.
That would be 100 degrees us.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
104 even, cripes.
Oh
参っ
gosh.
たわ。まさかこっちが先に値を上げることになるなんてね。
You really underestimate us.
Oh, that's funny. Tosaka glares at me. Her penetrating stare is
いや
accusing.
面目ない。
Hey, he's talking a little bit more normal.
私の見通しが甘かった。まさか30個全部壊されるなんて思いもしなかったから。
Amazing. So not counting the one from the very beginning, that's 29 consecutive failures.
悪いけど、今日の鍛錬はこれでおしまいよ。シローの強化を測れる道具がないから。
Come on, at least I tried. I tried hard, even though my body was burning up like I've been thrown into a boiling kettle. I tried, but in the end, I didn't manage to succeed in any magecraft a single time.
あのさ、ガラスが割れただけならトサカ直せるだろ。以前うちの窓ガラスを直してくれたじゃないか。
無理。あれは普通に破損したものでしょ。こっちはシローの魔力に耐えきれなくなって割れたものだもの。他人の魔力を帯びたものに干渉するのは難しいって覚えておいて。
Interesting. Today we learned.
Today we
そうです
learned.
か。
そうよ。いいからシローは休んでいいわ。今日はスイッチを呼び起こしただけでよしとしましょう。
Don't say that out of context.
コントロールできるようになったらこの続きを教えるから。
休んでいいのはありがたいけど、この続きって何を教えてくれるんだ？
Everything.
シロー強化しかできないんでしょ。前にそれしか使えないって言ってたけど、それならもう少し上級の変化ぐらいまで持っていけるかもしれない。
Ooh. So what type of alteration we talking here? We talking about turning something red blue or
We talking like, you know, Skyrim alteration, like
yeah.
強化と変化。それに投影の魔術について教えて
oh,
くれた
they're
わ。
all in the same family tree. Okay.
This makes sense. I have. Just a wee bit. Strengthening is, as the word suggests, used to strengthen something. You're not supposed to use the word in the definition. Anyways. Most people typically think of strengthening as just making something harder, but it actually involves enhancing an object's attributes and effects. A sword gets sharper, a lamp glows brighter, and so on. Alteration also doesn't need much explanation. For example, you can't start a fire using blades. Alteration is when some ability beyond the object's usual traits is imbued into it. And then projection is
投影ってなんだっけ、トサカ。よく親父が言ってた覚えはあるんだけど。
強化と変化は知ってるんでしょ。 なら投影もおのずと想像はつくと思うけど、まあ要するに物を複製するって魔術よ。
Conjuration. Okay.
Ooh. Okay, okay.
強化や変化みたいに元からあるものに手を加える魔術じゃないわ。基本的には無から1から10を全て自分の魔力で構成するものだから、難易度的には最高ね。
Okay, okay.
That did sound like it'd be the most difficult, yeah.
Yep. But something tells me Mr. Blueprint Man ought to be pretty good at projection once he gets the know-how provided to
Yeah.
him.
If it's David, I'm killing him.
Huh?
Never mind. That's what that is. Never mind. Yeah, no, it's a fair play to kind of look at what he's good at already and kind of go, well, if he has the compositional analysis, especially given we know how he uses strengthening in the first place.
Yeah.
Alteration, I guess you gotta like work your way up. It's like college. He can get there. He's not at the 401 class yet.
Exactly. Yeah, so it's like, okay, baby's first magecraft, you learn how to strengthen the object's inherent properties. And then after that, you learn how to give it new properties. And then after that, you learn how to make a new
Make from
object.
scratch.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, shop class.
Yes. Exactly. You've seen the table, you've used the table, now make a table.
Ah, けど魔力ってのは使い捨てでしょ。 投
Uh-huh.
影で作り上げたものはすぐに消えてしまうのよ。
Okay, that makes
Right.
sense.
No need to, just make. You can't just make a perfect copy of Da Vinci's Maiden, the Mona Lisa. You can't just
Yeah.
make a perfect copy of the Mona Lisa and sell it because it's just going to disappear the second you hand it off.
Unless you get real good and it is allowed to stick around for just a little while longer.
Just long enough for you to get the money, and then it
Exactly.
disappears while it's on the wall.
Exactly.
While you're already a week away on a plane headed to Tibet where no one will ever find you.
Exactly. Oh my gosh.
10の魔力を使って作り上げた投影の剣と1の魔力で強化させた剣とでは強化の剣の方が
Oh,
強
it's
くなる。
inefficient. That's what she means.
Interesting.
強化は手を加えるだけでいいから効率がいいってわけ。
Which makes sense. It's, hey, you're doing what you already do, just better.
You're working with what's already there instead of having to make the whole thing from scratch.
Yeah.
It's adding flavoring to a Dorito, not baking the fucking Dorito.
Mm-hmm.
その点、投影は魔力を使いすぎるからメジャーに使われる魔術じゃないわ。
Okay, that makes sense.
It's niche, we'll say.
Which then also raises the question of the idea that I had of him being halfway decent at it, because he doesn't have a lot of magic. So it would be probably really hard. Like he might get to make one thing, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna need a rest. I'm out of magic.
He can make one thing, and then
This
he better
cup.
pray that it's good enough to last the entire encounter.
Exactly. He makes a staff. He bops someone on the head. It disappears. Whoops.
But hey, a quarterstaff can crack a skull. Like, let's not kid ourselves here.
You right. You right.
You ever wondered why there's not any quarterstaff fencing? Because there's no way to do it safely, even with protective gear.
Yeah. Yeah.
あ、思い出した。そういえば親父もそんなこと言ってたな。割が合わないからやめろみたいな。
Okay. Okay. Makes sense. And then that would
Yep.
be why you didn't bother retaining anything about it.
I think the direct quote is, "Wow, what a useless ability."
Anyways, strengthening.
そういうこと。さあ、質問が済んだのなら終わりにしましょう。足元もおぼつかないようだし、部屋の前までぐらいは送っていってあげるから。
I know she's strong enough to do it.
Yeah. Osaka helps me to my room. And Saber's waiting for me by the veranda corridor.
お疲れ様でした。二人とも。
I don't even have the strength to answer. I just nod in thanks and head into my room.
シローはどうですか、リン。ダメ。すっごくダメ。あいつ才能ないわ。
Ouch.
Itai. It's a typically merciless Tosaka response. And then next thing I know, I'm staring up at the night sky. Tonight, I'm not trying to run away because I'm anxious around Saber. I'm just trying to let the night wind cool my burning body and to think about what Tosaka
し
taught
か
me.
しスイッチとやらが本当に使いこなせるようになったら、あとは手順の問題だ。
You know, usually you sleep on these things and then it comes to you in the morning.
Exactly.
一番簡単な強化をあんなに失敗するようじゃ、先が思いやられるな。
Don't be so down on yourself, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
It's really not much of your fault, but then again, you are in a war right now.
I tried to infuse magical energy into a wooden plank I dragged out from the shed as I mumbled to myself. A cracking sound echoes up to me. The plank cracks and my strengthening fails.
中の構造まで見えてるのに、どうしてこう魔力の制御ができないんだろう。
I guess he just doesn't have a surgeon's fingers.
Yeah, it's like, have you considered imagining your magical energy as a torrent of water going through a dam or something like that, or through a channel? You need to put in a dam, so that way it's only a trickle that goes through. There we go.
You got there. He needs a coffee filter.
Exactly. Yeah, just gotta tone it down. Osaka said I was putting too much power into it. She even said that I should use small amounts of magical energy and just focus on reinforcing the object's weak points. Okay. That would be a lot simpler than trying to do the whole object as a whole, but instead just be like, all right, you're a little weak here, here's a dab of magic, and you're weak there, here's a dab of magic.
Little cook and show.
Mm-hmm. So she's basically telling me to take it easy.
そんなこと言われなくても分かってるけどな。
Problem is, I can't manage to ease up. It's all or nothing. If only there was a good way to relax. The sound of barely audible footsteps just reaches my ears. This is the second time I've sensed that presence.
なんだよ。お前に用なんてないぞ、俺は。
Hey, buddy.
Pep talk time.
Number
それは
two.
私も同じだ。だが、リンが気に病んでいるようなのでな。
What a homie. What would we do without you, buddy? I throw the plank away, glaring at Archer.
Ow, Splinter.
Dang. Archer seems curious about the plank. He picks it up.
強化の魔術か。にしてもひどい出来だ。
Dang.
どうせ半人前だよ。お前のマスターの手を煩わせて悪かったなってんだ。
いや、そうではない。これに関してはリンも間違えている。
Oh? Break it down for me, big boy.
それはどういう。
元からあるものに手を加える。それは高望みしすぎだ。そんなことができるほどお前は器用ではあるまい。
Okay. He's just saying whatever he wants, but I can't think of a response. He's right. I know I'm not skilled, and it's my own fault I can't do magecraft properly. There's no point in taking it out on him. Correct.
どうした？昨夜ほどの元気はないか？
Genki me.
uh,
うるさい。お前の言う通りだから黙っただけだ。
the fan fiction really does just write itself.
Ah.
I huff and look away. I don't know how he interpreted that, but
お前はある意味死に恵まれていないのかもしれないな。
Oh, not you too.
interesting.
He did say mentors plural though.
Yeah, that implies Rin too. Uh-huh.
Okay, you can shit talk Rin, but you keep my papa out of your mouth.
Exactly. Archer almost sounds impressed for a moment.
そんなことないぞ。親父も父坂も教え方はうまいんだから。覚えが悪いのは俺の方だろ。
だからだ。お前相手にはな、何も分かっていない魔術師の方がうまく作用する。
Pardon?
Okay, I can see where he's coming from. It's the same exact thing of, all right, so how'd you do this thing? Well, you see, I feel like a whoosh, and then I just go like bang, and then it just works.
Yes, the classic. Who taught you electrocution before levitation?
Exactly. The natural talents that can just do anything and everything first try, essentially, versus the ones that like actually had to learn it all from square one, and then could actually tell you, all right, first there was the letter A, it's shaped like this, and then we got to B and it's shaped like this, and so on and so forth, and then using those things we make words.
He needs tutoring, not a higher level course.
Exactly.
天才には凡人の悩みはわからない。
Exactly.
リンは優等生すぎるから、落ちこぼれであるお前の間違いに気がつかないのだ。
Now, this is an interesting change in translation, actually.
Oh?
The line he puts it is along the lines of, instead of ordinary people or failure, he refers to Shiro as like a dropout. Which is
Interesting.
that was the way that helped me understand what he meant when I read it the first time. Because realistically, Rin, she didn't go to London, but she was taught.
Yeah.
Whereas Shiro's teacher literally didn't want to do it and then dropped dead.
Yeah.
He realistically dropped out of college pretty much.
Essentially. And then the rest, he's just like, Well, I mean, Teach did in fact leave me a textbook, so I guess I'll just read a little bit here and try it and see how it goes.
And like, you can learn from a textbook. I'm not gonna pretend you can't. But if you don't
Hmm.
have somebody there to tell you what's going on and what specifically from that textbook you actually need, you're gonna
Hmm.
struggle.
Yeah, exactly.
It's why it's so hard to get a GED because no one's there to help you.
Yeah. Hmm. I don't really get what Archer's trying to say. I don't get it, but if I had to
よくわか
guess,
んないけど、つまりお前、
bruh,
俺に喧嘩売ってるの
I
か。
don't think that's what he meant.
I swear I will pimp slap you.
And he can do it so hard.
If so, bring it on.
それも間違いだ。エミヤシロは格闘には向かない。
You are in fact a lover, not a fighter.
お前の戦いは精神の戦い。己との戦いであるべきだからだ。
Okay, maybe not that kind of love.
魔術師の戦いは精神戦だって言うんだろう。そんなの分かってる。
Dude!
それでも、戦うなら殴り合うしかないじゃないか。
oh, Shiro.
まったく。これではセイバーも苦労しよう。
Archer despises me from the bottom of his heart. I've never seen his eyes like this. They seem filled with real disappointment and anger.
一度しか言わんからよく聞け。
Alright, break it down for me.
いいか。戦いになれば、エミヤシロに勝ち目などない。
Okay.
お前のスキルでは、何をやってもサーバントには通じない。
Alright.
That is what Saber is trying to tell us.
Yes. That is, in fact, what everyone has been trying to tell us since day one. Somebody is just a little too stubborn to listen.
Somebody needs to get with the program, but he refuses. He will find a way to make his own program. He says, screw you, C++, I will become the creator of Python.
Yeah, basically. Saber already told me that I won't win in battle. No matter what grand scheme I try, I have no chance of victory.
ならば、せめてイメージしろ。現実で叶わない相手なら、想像の中で勝て。
Okay. Either he's telling me to be more delusional, or this is actually a hint. A hint towards greatness.
It's probably a bit of both. The hint is probably, okay, then get more delusional. You're not delusional enough, that's your problem. You're not delusional enough to become as good as your delusions, so get more delusional.
You know what? I also love Fire Force. Because there's a character who his name's Arthur, and his abilities are basically he can produce plasma, and he has his delusion is that he is the Night King, King Arthur. And so as long as his delusions are going strong, he can produce his plasma sword and chop up anything in front of him. But as soon as his imagination starts to falter, his fire output's not so good. But the greater his delusions, oh boy, the boy's doing some work. So, very, very fitting. Very
Every
fitting.
time I hear about manga that come from after 2004, all I think is, man, they must have loved Fate. Carry on. I
Yeah,
don't think I can say more.
yeah, probably.
自身が勝てないのなら勝てるものを幻想しろ。
Hmm. Yeah, I think it is a little bit a little column A, little column B.
所詮お前にできることなどそれぐらいしかないのだから。
I don't know why, but Archer's words strike a chord with me. And not the
Finally gets
usual
through to him.
chord that makes me really angry afterwards.
Someone finally get through to him.
I think so. My heart's telling me not to forget them. More than anyone else, I know I should never forget what this man's saying.
どうかしているな。殺すべき相手に助言をするなど。どうやら私にも凛の甘さが映ったようだ。
Please, I know how soft you are.
Mm-hmm.
You don't, but
All of a sudden, Archer disappears. Archer's supposed to be keeping watch. He must have gone back to the roof where he can do that best. That's true, he do got that good eyesight.
あいつ
that was a good pep talk too. That was better than the last one.
Yeah. The last one actually was probably picking a fight. This one, however. Alright, I'm gonna give you some advice. Some advice you can cook with. Now go
It's gonna
forth.
hurt, but it's good advice.
Yeah. I complain to the empty air. Uh-huh.
It's the Toto advice of just don't stop. Believe in me.
Exactly.
But they are nowhere near Toto and Yugi level.
Yeah, yeah. They're not quite the besto
Ah.
friendo.
Congratulations, brother.
Naturally, there's no response. While Archer's words echo in my mind, the cold air blows over my flushed body. All right.
Coming up on day 10, so we're coming up on halfway through, actually.
Whoa.
No,
That's
sorry. About 2 weeks. So oh god, we're getting
9
dangerously close.
Neo.
We're getting dangerously close to done. Like in terms of like days and percentages. Obviously, there's more of the fucking yeah.
Yes. I assume as much. Yeah, we can keep on going. At least get through his dreamscape. You know what? This makes sense that he dreams of the burning town while he is literally burning up with a fever right now.
Fever dreams tend to be awful anyway.
You right. It must be because my blood is feverish and my entire body is throbbing. Something I'd rather not have to remember plays out in my dream. This is my oldest memory. It's also a memory I can't escape. It's a scene from 10 years ago, and one I usually try not to think back on. I can never ever erase it from my memory, though. It's not that I forgot. It's not even that I want to forget. It's just that it's already happened. So it's not especially painful. And I don't really feel all that angry about it either. The past is the past. I can't return to it. I can't redo it. All that happened is that I escaped, lived on. Looking forward is all that I can do. No one told me to do that, but I've thought about that, even if just vaguely, since I was a kid. I can't forget or deny the past. The only way to keep the memory of what we lost alive is to acknowledge it. This boy has fallen asleep in the shed. At this point, he really should just put a bed here. You know?
I think he has at least a futon.
One would hope so.
Yeah, I'm sure they have spares. It's a big samurai household.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I wake up to find my body is still burning up. Must have wound up falling asleep out in the cool air last night. Dang, imagine running so high fever that the cool night air of winter was not enough to disturb you. Though to be fair, it is a relatively mild winter.
Oh
But
yeah,
winter is winter.
and winter is coming.
Yes.
But I dream of spring.
Saber!
Whoa.
Oh, Ayol, what are you doing here?
Love that. Oh, hi, oh.
目が覚めましたか、シロ。部屋を抜け出すのは構いませんが、ここで眠るのはだらしがないのではありませんか。
Says you and literally everyone who knows me.
Listen, you leave me in my trauma shed alone.
Oh gosh.
おはよう。いや、ゆうべは体が熱くて、外に出ていたらつい眠くなっちまったんだ。
見ればわかります。説明はいいですから、次からは気をつけてください。マスターにこのような場所で休息を取られては、私の立場がありませんから。
Because if you're sleeping out here, I feel compelled to want to sleep nearby. And so it's either I sleep outside in the cold or inside here, and neither of which are comfortable.
You don't really want me to sleep with you right now, do you?
すまん。今後はできるだけ部屋で休む。
分かっていただければ助かります。ところでシロ、先ほどからタイガが呼んでいるのですが。
Oh no.
Wow. Boy slept in.
藤姉が呼んでるってなんでさ。
Well, you see, she is in fact a baby bird, and you are the mama bird, supposed to provide her with breakfast.
朝食の問題ではないでしょうか。朝食の時間はとうに過ぎていますから。
え？うわ、もう7時過ぎてるのか。やばい、寝過ごした。
Past 7 being overslept is such a adult thing to be worrying about when you're 17, though. Like,
Yeah, even I don't wake up that early.
like my classes are at 10. Like
Yeah,
sometimes they're at 1 with nothing before that. Like 7.
my favorite days.
Oh yeah.
Though more often than not, I would have at least one class every semester that would always be at 8.
Oh yeah. Which means you got to be up at 6, not 7.
No. I'd roll out of bed at the very last moment.
No
catch
breakfast.
the bus. Yeah, catch the bus over to Discovery Park because that's where all the engineering classes were. Roll in there, be like, all right, I'm here. Pick my usually favorite spot on the front row, and then if it's a good day, I'll be totally conscious and paying attention, and then if it's a not so good day, I'm out like a light, but I'm there in class, so my subconscious paying attention. And then I awaken as class ends, and it's like, all right, that was a good nap. Learned a lot. Then on to the next thing.
Uh,
Don't be like me, kids. Oh gosh.
そうですね。シローが最後に起きるのは珍しい。よほど昨夜のリンとの鍛錬が応えたのでしょう。
Indeed. I'm still recovering. Saber provides a calm analysis of the situation. But I don't have time for idle chit chat.
起こしに来てくれて悪いが、先に戻っていてくれ。俺もすぐに着替えて台所に行くから。
はい。それでは、できる限りタイガをなだめているとしましょう。
what a nice team they make.
Right? Because ain't that the truth? You know Tyga is raging right now. Shiro, feed me. Saber turns back and heads to the house. Calm Fujine? Saber sure has adapted well to our morning routine. Yeah. I dash to the kitchen. I ignore Fujine's jeers and prepare breakfast as quickly as I can.
お待たせ。学校の門限まで時間がないからな。手早く食べちゃってくれ。
I plop breakfast onto the table. Suddenly, Nani? Wow, that is literally the first time that the size of the font has changed.
Oh no, it's gotten big before. It's just been such a long time since the last time.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
But it was also Taiga last time. For
This
this exact
tracks.
same background.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fujine explodes, practically spitting fire.
何これ、焼いたトーストだけじゃない。なんで今日の朝ごはんこれだけなのよ。
Man rushed in the kitchen and said, what I got? Toast. He even got some of that special jam that Tosaka requested.
You know, he almost got murdered by Ilya for that jam.
Yeah. There was about to be a different type of jam spilled out on the streets. Oh god.
Irony.
Yeah.
あのな、仕方ないだろう、寝坊したんだから。他のものを作ってる余裕なんてないし、だいたいパン食なんてこんなもんじゃないか。単にサラダと卵焼きがないだけなんだから、そう大切。
Never met a spoiled 27-year-old woman before.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sure you have, but like I haven't.
Indeed. Man. Yeah. It's just breakfast with toast, minus the breakfast. Here's the toast.
Listen, medieval peasants would have killed for toast with butter.
Ain't that the truth? They would have. Reminds me of David's campaign that he was running on Thursdays before it went on hiatus for a bit. We got sent into this illusory realm, if you will, and in that realm, they had a toaster, and we had sliced bread in our fantasy setting and toast, and Zane, she was like, you know what? I'm going to try to take this toaster with me. And she managed to take it out of that illusory place. And now that is basically a part of her because she's a cleric, and so now she uses that toaster or crisper as we call it, because needs to be legally distinct. The crisper, whenever she like has like call lightning or whatever, because she's a tempest cleric.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, and it's like, and I cast call lightning, and then the crisper says ting, producing bread out of nowhere. It was not previously loaded. and of course, imprinted upon the toast is the little lightning bolt and symbol of her god. It's fantastic. All hail the crisper.
大差なんてありますね。みんなもそう思うでしょ？
Tosaka, I mean, this is more than I eat usually anyways. Crunch. Saber, I mean, sure, but I'm vibing. Fujine tries to appeal to Saber and Tosaka, who both eat in silence. This isn't going to go in her favor.
Now that you've said that.
Mm-hmm. Now that I've said that.
And now that you've said that. No, I'm looking at the text is what I'm
Oh.
pointing at.
Oh. Yes. Neither of them is as gluttonous as Fujine. She's barking up the wrong tree.
そうね。藤村先生じゃないけど、こんな手抜きは容認できないかな。パン食を舐めてるとしか思えないわ。
Wow.
Insulting bread. Shut them up, eh?
The one who requested it? Well, I actually, you know what? It might be because of what he said before about it's just breakfast with toast, minus the breakfast. It's the same exact thing. I thought she didn't eat breakfast to begin with.
That's what I'm saying.
Huh. I guess I had the wrong read. Also, I find it interesting that she's dressed up for school. I thought she was saying that she wasn't going to go today.
I am at. That's right, because she does have a separate pair of clothes. I was like, well, you know, maybe Nasta. No, I've seen her wearing red.
Yes. Her favorite color. Apparently.
I think the skipping what might have been for yesterday.
No.
Or maybe,
You
right,
can remember
she
it was.
came home with the
Mhm.
bloody knuckles. You're right.
Yeah.
Girl, what is you doing? Why you? Why is this just your wake up clothes and you're gonna switch later? Like,
Are you just trying to fake out Fujine so that way she doesn't cause more of a stink? Probably. Understandable.
maybe they'll point it out. Maybe they won't.
Yeah.
Saber.
Saber. Oh Lord, save my master. Now, why is she sighing all disappointed? That's way out of character.
ほら、みんなシローが悪いって。多数決で決定したから反省した後、ちゃんとした朝ごはんを提供すること。
Wow.
そんな出来レースに従えるか。そもそもな、今からおかずなんて作ってたら遅刻するぞ、藤根。もう7時半なんだから、パンかじりながら走っていかないと間に合わないから諦めろと提案する。
I mean, don't act like she wouldn't do it, because she certainly would.
いいよ。私、遅刻か空腹かの選択なら朝ごはんを尊重するから。
And there you go.
するな。そんな教師がどこにいる。いいからさっさと食べて学校に行けっての。言っとくけど、俺は意地でもこれ以上の飯は用意しないからな。
For what you wish for, you just might get it.
Mm-hmm.
もう シローったら変なところで真面目なんだから。そんなじじくさいこと言ってる
You
と
are
すぐおじ
27.
いさんになっちゃうんだからね。
言われるまでもない。藤姉のおかげで俺はすっかりじいさん趣味だよ。
That too.
Mm-hmm. I huff and take a bite of toast. Okay, she might be right. There is something sad about there being so many people here and only having toast for breakfast.
This is why you need Sakura.
Exactly.
Oh, and you're fighting on nothing but toast.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Oh, I hope there was butter.
No. There might have been jam for some of them. But for
The
him, I
jam's not
bet.
gonna give him extra energy.
Yeah, but I don't see him as a buttered toast type of man.
Or even a jam toast kind of man.
Oh yeah, he's definitely not that. Yeah, I
He,
agree.
you heard that crunch? There was nothing softening that bread.
Exactly. The sounds of clashing shinai echo throughout the dojo. Each bout goes essentially the same as they had the days before. Saber casually sweeps my desperate strikes aside and counterattacks far, far more effectively. I barely manage to block and continually strike back, only for Saber to riposte, and I lose. Every time.
But there's more steps involved now.
This is true. This is true. I stop, breathing heavily, shoulders heaving. Wiping sweat from my brow, I work to get my breathing under control.
何を休んでいるのですか？昨日までのシロならそこで諦めるようなことはなかったはずです。さあ、早く打ち込んできてください。
He said, "Did I give you the go-ahead to rest?"
これ以上は息が続かない。少し休憩。
Man, that adjustment from the switch training is really doing it to him.
Oh yeah.
何をらしくないことを。シロが来ないというのでしたら、私から攻め込むだけですが。
I think I mind a lot
それ
actually.
でも構わないのですね。
Oh Lord, she coming. Saber stares down at her poor, poor student. My body just won't listen, no matter how she looks at me.
はあ、一体どうしたのです、シロ。今朝のあなたは今までとは別人のようです。まっすぐに打ち込んでくる太刀だけは目を見張るものがあったというのに、今朝のシロには力強さを感じません。
It's because you had toast.
Yeah.
それは自分でも分かってるんだけどな。どうもうまくいかない。
My situation has drastically changed since yesterday.
体の熱がまだ取れないのですか？ですが、そんな理由で体のキレが落ちるようでは話になりません。
He's
少し頭を冷
trying.
やして気持ちを入れ替えてください。
Said, "Come on, boy, put your back into it. Adjust."
いや、そうするんだったらまずあれをなんとかしてくれ。
What's
Okay.
that? Ah. Okay, so she did, in fact, stay home. I point towards our audience, standing by the wall.
何？私に構わなくていいから訓練を続けていいわよ。
Osaka doesn't get it. I can't concentrate on fighting Saber with her staring at me like that.
リンが気になるのですか？それこそ修行不足ですね。いいでしょう。それでしたら見学者のことなど気にならないようにして差し上げます。
Because
Oh,
you're gonna
Lord.
find me?
No, she said, I'm about to come at you like white on rice.
Oh no.
うわ待てセイバーこっちはまだ息が
The panic.
問題はありません。そのようなものは戦いの最中に整えるものです。
Not wrong. She's not.
I almost thought she was about to say that will not be an issue. Breathing is only needed once you're once the battle's over.
I really thought she was about to say breathing is a privilege, first of all.
Exactly.
But second of all, she's not wrong. Once you're actually in there, you kind of just start doing it.
Yeah. Breathe or die, idiot. Oh gosh. Saber suddenly vanishes. Oh no. The moment I realize I'm in danger and raise my shinai to guard my face, Saber strikes me right on the head. K.O. It was a rough morning. After getting knocked out, I stopped worrying about Tosaka watching. My focus went entirely to blocking Saber's attacks, and the next thing I knew, it was lunchtime.
けどあれよね。セイバーって本当に冷静よね。
Composed?
3時間も素人試合してて、眉一つ動かさないんだから。普段も無口だけど、戦闘時はさらに磨きがかかるっていうか。何？もう無機質みたいな感じ？
Talking
Did
about
we forget
Saber.
the fact she's a servant? Yeah, I heard her say Saber in the sentence.
Mhm.
So I was like, ah, I know who she's talking about. Shiro composed? Never. We have never seen this man composed once in his life.
I mean, we had
The
like a
Shinshin
few.
counter, actually. You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
He kept his poker face surprisingly well during that whole encounter.
this is true. We were so proud of him.
He only let it down once there was a pretty lady, and like that pretty lady's taller than both of us, Richie. I wouldn't blame him.
This is true. This
She's
is true.
she's like 5'7", I'm pretty sure, 5'8" ish.
I'm pretty sure that's what we looked it up to be.
Either way, taller than both of us. Like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm like 90% sure I'm Shiro's height anyway. Ugh.
I'm not sure if it's because she enjoys seeing me get knocked around, but Tosaka is in a good mood. The two are resting in the living room. As for me, I'm preparing lunch by myself as punishment for my lax approach to training this morning. Dang. Unbelievable. I want to just make something easy, like cold somen noodles.
無機質ですか。そう
Flowing
ですね。
Somen sounds so
そ
good
う意
right
識し
now.
たことはありませんが、
Mm-hmm.
剣を握っているときは感情を止めているのかもしれません。それは試合といえども変
Yeah,
わり
no,
は
you
ないので
fight
し
how
ょ
you
う。
train.
Exactly.
何？それって女の身で剣を持つための心構えってやつ？体格で劣っているから心だけは負けないようにって。
Interesting.
I suppose if she was using a 1-inch punch, that might be it.
冷静であるのは戦う時の心構えですが、それは男も女も変わりのないことでしょう。
I suppose, you know, let the one who's actually been in a war probably talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
リンとて戦闘時には情を捨てるはずです。あなたはそれができる人ですから。
言ってくれるじゃない。まあ、そりゃ事実だけどさ。
Her face.
Hero's emotions shutting off during battle. If I were to compare it to anybody, it's a bit more like Yuji than any of these two.
Hmm.
It's not that he shuts it off. it's so intense, it's blinding, and he can't focus on anything else but the battle.
Yeah.
I know my boy. The reason I like the boy because of how much he reminded me of Shiro.
Basically.
けどセイバーのは私とは違うわよ、絶対。私は捨ててるのは甘さだけだもの。あなたほど達観はできないわ。
Interesting.
そのようですね。だからあなたは華やかなのでしょう。
So showy and splendid.
戦いの中でも女性のしなやかさを保
Is
って
that
い
a
られる。
sense of bisexuality I sniff on you, Saber?
Oh my gosh.
何
See,
が
I
嫌
know.
味華やかさで言ったらあなたにはかなわないわ。シロがあっちにいるから白状するけどね。私、初め
Is
て
that a
あなた
hint
の
of
瞬間に
bisexuality I sniff on you,
って
Rin?
見とれなかった
Oh my gosh. I can hear you, Tosaka.
Could you stop
それは
hitting
リン
on
の
my
大
girl?
違いでしょう。好みが華やかに見えたのなら、それは私ではなく、セイバーという
What are
ク
you
ラス
on
が
about,
華や
woman?
かな
Look
だ
at
けで
you.
はないでしょうか。
Yeah.
そんなんじゃないってば。純粋にね、同じ女として負けたって思ったんだもの。そうでもなければ、あそこまでショックは受けなかったわよ。
ですから、それが間違いです。私は一度も自身を女性だと思ったことはないし、一度も女性として扱われたことはありません。
And then that's when Shiro busts in. And that is what I'm trying to do, woman. Treat you as a woman.
You can also generally substitute the word woman for human, but like we know what
Yeah.
she means specifically.
Mm-hmm. Oh gosh.
その私が華やかであるはずがない。
You ever just hear someone else say something and know Shiro's about to take offense, even though he's not involved at all?
Exactly. Saber's words bring the conversation to an end. As I listen in, kitchen knife in hand, I find myself getting irritated by what Saber's saying.
We know him so well.
Ain't that the truth?
前から思ってたけど、自分のことを何だと思ってんだろうな、あいつ。
She's told you time and time again.
I am not a woman, I am a sword. Those are her almost exact words.
Mm-hmm. I am not a woman. I am a servant.
Slash sword. Either way.
Yeah.
She is called Saber, for God's sake.
Mm-hmm.
And like, don't get me wrong, there are straight sabers, just not like the one she's using.
Indeed. Uh-huh. I chopped the chicken a bit harder than I needed to.
A bit? That's what that sound was to you, buddy? A bit?
He says as the cutting board is also chopped in half.
More of a Saber move than a him move, however. I hear your point.
Mm-hmm.
Now he has two cutting boards.
Yes, exactly. Calculated. Oh gosh. For some reason, I'm annoyed.
私は自分を女性だと思ったことはありません。
まあ、俺には関係のない話だけど。
You're right. So why are you still...
Uh-huh. I slammed my knife down into the cutting board as if it were a hammer. It doesn't help me feel any better. I bet.
今日 の課題はそれね。
All right. Today's task.
昨
What
日
you
より
got?
数は増やしたし、そっちの体も落ち着いてるみたいだから、今度こそ成功するでしょ。
Hopefully. But we did also get some extra help and advice from the big man in red himself.
He is rather tall.
Indeed. I have no idea how she carried them here, but Tosaka reveals about 40 lamps.
10 more than last time.
Where are you buying these lamps? That's what I want to
And
know.
all the exact same make and model too.
And if I'm recalling correctly, he did say that these are like your old style lamps as well.
Like, where are you getting bulk
Antique.
vintage? Yeah.
Yeah. Come on
And-
down. Your antique warehouse.
in ye olde year of 2004 in Japan.
Oh gosh, you
I
know
don't think
these are
you-
Western style lamps.
Exactly. Like, yeah, I understand that you have a whole foreigner district to the point where half of the old town is a foreigner district. That doesn't mean you could just find 30, 70 antique lamps, all the same make and model, just at a store.
Yeah.
Normally I'd complain about the money, but clearly you have the fucking money.
Yeah, girl's filthy rich.
You live alone in a giant mansion and you still have enough to, spend on jewels, which you then fuse your blood into, which you most likely could have used that blood for plasma donation to get money that way, but here we are.
Imagine a mage
maybe-
donating blood.
You could absolutely get some extra money for whatever midichlorians are in your fucking plasma at that point.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, I don't know why I got so tilted about that, but carry on. Oh, George Lucas, I will never forgive you. Toriyama, I forgive you. You passed away. You paid for your sins.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
If only Eric were awake, that whole thing would have needed to get closed.
I mean, it still can. We have the technology.
We do, but Eric's usually our number one go-to.
This is true. This is true.
I can go back tomorrow, or probably.
Yeah. The timestamp would be like around 2 hour 20 minutes.
Got it.
I'll drop that in my chat's way whenever you go looking up for it. You have at least point of reference.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh, that was funny.
私はちょっと外に出てるわ。しばらく経ったら戻ってくるから、それまでに終わらせておきなさい。
Tosaka leaves her room. Alright. It's only been a night, but I hope I can succeed at least a couple of times.
とりあえず半分済んだか。
Oh shoot.
Half done. He doesn't have to say anything about the success rate yet.
Touche. I was too optimistic.
You have to remember who we're dealing with.
Yeah. It took an hour to work on strengthening about 20 lamps. Okay. So he's interacted with half of them. Okay. Half of them shattered, and nothing at all happened to the other half. Okay.
That's improvement.
Okay. So therefore, it actually is the 50%. that I was thinking. It was just not the correct 50%
And
of reality.
furthermore, it's more like it's more like the sample size, the placebo, if you would.
Yeah. Of those that didn't change, maybe five look like they've been infused with magical energy. Okay. So it's actually more like a quarter of the ones that he interacted with.
Well, you know, it'll at
You know, we'll
least,
take it.
especially given at least it was nothing happened instead of them fucking exploding. He can try again on those.
Yeah. Like, I'm just like, man, exploding all of these lamps in this girl's room.
Antiques.
Yeah.
We're not going on that rant again.
Yeah, well, we're not going for a part two. My head canon is that these are just extra lamps that she just has at her house to replace the other antique lamps whenever they break.
待てよ。5つもあればテストとしては十分なんじゃないか。
No, keep going. Remember, we want success consistently, not, hey, I was able to do it, period. All
Oh
the
my god!
see, there it is. In case there was any doubt that we were misremembering and we're just crazy, it is said explicitly all the lamps look to be antiques.
I'm gonna have to screenshot this to put it in your channel now so they know that I'm not
Yes,
crazy.
exactly. I'd feel bad about breaking more of them. Uh huh. Is he about to go on the same that rant that we just did?
I, please no.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a call here actually,
Okay.
because you do get an extra scene out of this.
Oh, we like extra scenes.
Go find Tosaka.
All right. I should call Tosaka back. I shouldn't break any more lamps. Yeah, you shouldn't be talking big after breaking over 40 lamps. You should also clean up the broken lamps. Because I know that they weren't just broken and reduced to atoms. I was like, whoops, I failed my strengthening. I accidentally disintegrated the lamp. I call out to her, but there's no answer. That's weird. Did she step out of the house? Where else might Tosaka go? In the shed? Sounds like Tosaka.
What are you doing in my trauma shed?
Yeah. This is my happy, safe place, not yours. Sounds like Tosaka and Saber are talking inside. The instant I lift a hand to call out to her, a chill runs up my spine. I think it's because I can feel Tosaka's magical energy seeping from the shed.
Oh,
It pulses with enmity.
he couldn't sense that before.
Yeah. I immediately stop calling for her. Even from here, I can tell Tosaka is agitated. But I can hear the two of them talking. Before I know it, I'm eavesdropping. Alright, don't get caught. You might die anyways, just the same.
何者よあいつ
So Sokka sounds both angry and nervous. Oh? Are you that impressed by my latent potential? I know this is not the case. Probably. Saber stands silently behind her.
信じられない。セイバー、あなたこのことに気がついてたわね。
What did I leave behind?
Oh, remember his let me go make these rods of metal and jab them into my spine.
Yeah, sure. Let me just leave behind all my spare spinal cords. You know, just walking back to the shed after hours, like, oops, I dropped all my spinal cords all over this concrete floor. I hope nobody takes advantage of me while I pick them up again. No, reel it in, hell, reel it in.
I don't mean like actually his spinal cords, but like it literally was him saying, all right, this metal rod, I'm going to jab it into my spine. Like those extras have to come from somewhere, you know?
But, like, it's... okay.
I mean,
need
yes,
you to
they
do
shouldn't be
something for me.
scattered upon the floor. Yes, I agree.
need you to do something for me. I need you
Yeah.
to, you know, just hold, like, imagine you're reaching for a sword at your back. How easy is it for you to bring the sword all the way up and line it up with your spine? That's not a very comfortable arm motion, is it?
I'm flexible enough for that.
You're also very short. All I'm saying is, I really
But,
don't think
fair
it's
enough.
intended that he's physically doing it with his hands. It's definitely more like there's more magic involved. Just, you know, open your
Okay.
mind a little bit.
Okay. Well, let's see what they're actually talking about before we theorize more. Or I theorize more.
私には分からなかった。私は騎士であって魔術師ではない。
Oh,
ここには違和感があっただけで、リンほど状況を把握しているわけではありません。
This makes sense. I am literally Saber class, not Mage class.
I am no caster.
Yeah,
I mean, even Archer had some magecraft
なら教えて
understanding.
あげる。
true.
あいつは魔術師
And what am
じゃ
I?
ないわ。
A magic man in a trench coat.
No, that's his dad.
Oh yeah, you right. You right.
リン、それはどういう意味でしょうか。
言葉通りの意味よ。
Okay.
魔術っていうのはね、結局は等価交換なの。どんな神秘だってよそにあるものをここ
So
に
what
持
am
って
I
きて
doing
使っているだ
different?
け。
Okay. Am I out here actually manifesting things into reality
けどこれは違う。
or something?
あいつがどこにもないものをここに持ってきてしまっている。
Ah,
ここにはあってはならないものを形にしている。
The stoves! The empty stoves!
yeah. Behold, it is that the projection thing we were just talking about.
Yes, but notice how she's terrified about this projection.
Yeah, it's persistent.
If it were normal projection, she would
Yeah.
not be reacting like this, I think.
Right, I agree. Because, like, a normal projection is, aha, I made a funny, and then it eventually disappears.
It's minor
And-
illusion, if you would. 6
Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah, exactly. And it's made of magical energy. His thing, however, is, but what if I said, and then the Lord did say, let there be.
Let there be physical form.
Yeah. And
And
then
on
the
the seventh
form
day-
stayed.
And on the 7th day, God rested, and man decided he will make his hands work despite the Sabbath.
Yeah. Essentially.
それは現実を侵食する想念に他ならない。
Not quite real. Okay.
Encroaching.
あいつの魔術はきっとある魔術が劣化しただけのものなんだわ。
Who are you calling faker? You're not even good enough to be my fake.
Your alter. No, stop.
Now, we don't have time to talk about that till for another 2 routes, alright?
Yeah, I'm just spitting words that I've heard. I have no clue what they mean.
I will kill David.
What? You exist. You hear the word alter around.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. My username was Hell Alter for a little bit even.
Yes. Yeah, you don't have to kill him for that one. Don't worry. I'll let you know next time. It's like, yeah, David told me this.
David told me is just gonna be my kill switch engage.
Exactly. That is the gem that you swallowed upon starting this journey with me. Whether or not you should be ready to kill David on sight.
Every time you accidentally stumbled on something, I'm like, okay, was that because David showed him something? Or was that just because he's smart? Or am I overreacting? Probably all three. However,
Exactly. It's probably all of the above, but oh gosh. I see, I have no idea what Tosaka's saying, but I definitely shouldn't be listening in on the two of them. I mean, technically, you should. If anything, it would be perfectly fine for you to just walk in, because who and what are they talking about? You. You can get some
and
answers.
furthermore, this is your shed.
Exactly.
This is your house. You know, it
Mhm.
says Emiya family residence. Does it say Tosaka? Does it
No.
say insert Saber's last name here?
Yeah.
It certainly don't say Fujimura on that fucking list.
Oh lord. I almost gave another option that was not valid.
Yeah?
Almost said the servants' quarters, and I was like, no, that's not right.
Richard, you should know better.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say it. Immediately.
Mima would have your ass.
Oh gosh. I walk away from the shed. I would be lying to Tosaka, but I should go back to the room and pretend I was waiting for her to come back. It's 2:00.
Wow.
And there's no sign of Tosaka returning. So I'll just focus on finishing my assignment. Good. Destroy the rest of the lamps. I mean, strengthen them.
あれ電話だ
Wow, that's some good hearing. But this is the detached house. Or building, shall I say.
Well, you know, paper walls.
Yeah. Certainly makes it possible, but
今か遠坂はってうちの電話なんだから出るわけにはいかないよな
yeah. I barely answer my own phone. Unless I know exactly who it is. And even then, I'd be like, do I really want to talk to you? I doubt it's an important phone call, but I shouldn't ignore it. I stand up and head to the living room to answer the phone.
Now that's how you know it's 2004.
Mm-hmm.
You know, aside from it being a phone you can actually physically pick up.
Yeah. Dang
I haven't heard
landlines.
this dial tone since Grandma was alive.
Yeah. There's nobody in the living room. Saber and Tosaka must be in the
はい
courtyard.
エミヤですが
よう、エミヤ。今日も休んでいるようだけど、体の調子が悪い
I
の
have
かい
never felt my ass just pucker up before like this. Oh god.
Uh-huh.
chill down the spine would be, the more polite way to say it. That's not the feeling I have right now. I'm afraid.
Oh my gosh.
No, hell, do not get us TOSs. No, no, that's a phrase that can just be written down, not said.
Oh gosh. All of a sudden, Shinji's voice sounds from the other end of the line, heavy with barely restrained laughter.
シンジか。なんか用か。話すことなんてお互いないと思うが。
なんだよ、釣れないな。こっちはエミヤに一つ教えてやろうと思って電話をしたのに。
Oh, what you gonna tell me?
俺に教える？
ああ、どうしても話しておきたいことがあったんだけど、お前、学校に来ないじゃないか。これ以上長引くのもなんだし、もう我慢できないから連絡を入れたんだ。それで、そっちに遠坂はいるのか？
What's this got to do with her? Squint. Shinji sounds kind of odd. Probably the broken nose. He seems weirdly excited. I can hear other students in the background, so he must still be at school. It's a little past 2. 5th period should be over, so I think it's break time right now.
おい、聞いてるんだよ、エミヤ。遠坂はそこにいるの？いないの？
今はいない。少し席を外している。
そうか、ちょうどいい。二人だけで話がしたかったんだ。
Oh lord.
教えてやるからさ。今から学校に来いよ、エミヤ。もちろん。
I swear. If
God.
you accept and go to school and not tell no one,
I will tell you this. You can give him slightly more credit. Only slightly.
okay. This is true. He has had the benefit of the encounter with Ilya, so he should have learned to be more cautious.
And furthermore, he has been being trained for like 4 days straight.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's not helpless.
This is true. This is true. I don't know how to respond to that. The answer is obviously no. Shinji's acting weird, and we're already talking. I don't see any reason to go all the way to school if I take off without telling Tosaka. It feels like a betrayal. Also, you're going to go all the way to school, be like, hello, teachers, other fellow students. I'm just talking to Shinji real quick. Goodbye, and then go back home. Like, what?
いや、悪いが学校には行けない。用があるなら来週まで待てよ。休み明けには登校するから。
はあ、何勝手なこと言ってんだよ、お前。
Who put you in charge?
Who died and made you leader?
我慢できないって言ったじゃないか、今。
Well, suck. Shinji's yelling now. He must be really excited because I can hear his heavy breathing over the phone.
少しは考えてるじゃないか。そうだよね。さすがに今更一人でやってくるわけがないか。どう見ても怪しいもんな、この電話。エミヤでもやばいって感じたわけだ。
Yeah. So if you understand, please get off the line. You're running up my minutes.
Oh god, you're right. This is 2004.
Exactly. His tone shifts entirely, and he even starts laughing.
待て、落 ち着け。お前変だぞ、シンジ。何があったか知らないが。
嘘をつくなよ、エミヤ。遠坂のことだ。お前に全部話したんだろ。いいよ。
What are you on about?
エミヤはセイバーのマスターだもの。僕よりずっと一発な人殺しってわけだ。
Have we even killed anybody yet?
Not yet, but I'm getting a feeling on who number one needs to be. Shinji seems to be enjoying himself.
Stop saying that!
I've known him for about 5 years now, but I've never seen him so wound up.
Shiro!
シンジ、お前。
いいから学校で待ってるよ。急げよ、エミヤ。今からなら6次元目には間に合う。ちょうど藤村の授業だし、遅刻しても問題ないだろう。
Huh.
Perhaps we're forgetting some important information. Oh well.
You know, like the fact that a certain bounded field is over the school and set to go off in a few days, but
It's been a few days.
mm-hmm.
いや、いくら藤根でも遅刻したら怒るぞ。それに、6次元目だけ出るなんて、欠席するより文句を言われそうだな。
Exactly.
そんなのは自業自得じゃないか。ああ、それと遠坂にバラしたら本当に絶交するからな。今までさくらのことは目をつむってやったんだ。最後ぐらいは友人として義理を果たしてもいいだろう。
Our conversation ends there. All I hear is the buzzing electronic tone from the receiver.
なんだ、あいつ。
But what should I do? Give me the prompt. Tosaka should be in the house, but I don't see her anywhere. And if I go to school, I can't bring Saber. So therefore... But then, if I don't do what Shinji asks, I'm worried what he might do.
That is the fairest point he's brought up as to why he would possibly go along with it.
Yeah, this is true. He is, in fact, unstable. He's probably agitated because of that merciless rejection Tosaka gave him yesterday. If I ignore him, he might get violent with Sakura again.
そうだな。まだ明るいし、問題ないだろ
Come on. At least skirt the line. Be like, all right, I'm going to at least like tell Saber or something.
He has command spells.
I guess so.
He has more options than you're giving him credit for. It's just that is he going to be smart enough to go for them? This is the ultimate test of how much has he actually learned.
I guess so. Fair enough. I should hurry now that I've made a decision. If I hurry, I should be able to make it by 6th period.
You gonna take the bike or?
Apparently. There's nobody at the school gate.
I guess he ran.
Maybe. From the outside, it looks like the school's deserted since class is in session. Maybe there's no physical education class either, since there's nobody in the courtyard either. Well, that's going to change in a few minutes. When 6th period's over, school's out. The campus and exits will be overflowing with people on their way out. I head up to the third floor. There's nobody in the hallway either. Everyone must be in the classroom, so I feel a little awkward walking into Class C. And you don't hear any of the classes?
You don't
Teachers-
hear that. You don't hear the damn hubris bell going off right now either?
Uh-huh.
丸見えってわけでもなし、さっさと教室に行くか。
Come on, Icarus, you better be starting to feel the heat right now.
Yeah. Class C is down the hall. Right now, I'm in front of Class H, which is closest to the stairs. So there are 5 classrooms between me and my destination. A wave of dizziness slams into me. My entire body is also overcome with nausea. Bruh. My stomach churns. My senses are going completely haywire. Red floods my vision, as if blood were seeping from into my eyes. Temperature around me hasn't changed, but my body is suddenly unbearably hot.
Hey, you've just had practice for this.
Yes. I stumble. Strength leaves my body. I feel like I'm withering and I can't do anything to stop it. In the same way you can't stop sand from falling in an hourglass. I'm suffocating. My throat burns. Was all the air sucked from this hallway from the entire school? I sway and by accident stagger towards a window. Desperate for air, I jerk it open. Yeah, there it is. I freeze. This is so unbelievable, I can't even find the wherewithal to get confused. Outside the window, the entire campus is in a field of endless red. It looks like the school was carved out of the world and plunged into a sea of red. The school building looks like an altar, draped in a red canopy. And then finally, I realize what's happening. Yeah. I move away from the window. Why are you going into a classroom? Get out of there. I muster up what sense I have left and force my feet to move, heading into the classroom closest to me. Inside, not a single student is seated in any of the chairs. They're all lying on the floor. Even the teacher is on the floor beside the podium. They're still breathing. Everyone's convulsing as if pleading for help. No one is dead yet. The students don't have the strength to get up. They're just waiting to rot away, seeing their miserable state on the floor.
Come on, buddy, don't get sad, get mad.
Exactly. Brings to mind the burning ruins from that day. The nausea intensifies, but I can still get a handle of the situation. I take a look at the students on the floor. It's difficult, but we can breathe. They're not dead. If I hurry and get help, there may be a chance to save them. But the moment I check the face of a student nearby, something clicks inside my head. It's hard as wax. Not everyone is like this. It varies from person to person. But the most severely weakened students' blood seems to have coagulated around their joints.
Ugh.
Oily and glistening. Stiff, motionless arms, fixed, staring eyes, just like wax figures.
That is interesting. Actually.
Yeah. I know this. I recognize the scene.
やめろ。
This is just a hellscape. I know this site well.
やめろ。
All that's sustaining me now is anger that has completely eclipsed any fear. My left arm tingles. The command spell on the back of my hand is warning me that an enemy is nearby. I run, though my breathing is heavy and labored. I've long since lost my mind.
よエミヤ思ったより元気そうで何よりだ
Alright, Shiro, I need you to dial down the Sasuke.
どう
Or maybe dial it up. I don't know in this scenario.
We shall see. At the end of the hallway, Shinji Mato is standing in front of Class C. My arm throbs. My command spells are screaming at me, telling me the boy just ahead caused all of this.
これはお前の仕業か、シンジ。
I can't breathe properly, but I glare at Shinji, who's keeping his distance. He must really like what he's seeing. Because the next thing I know, Shinji throws his arms wide and starts cackling in the blood-red hallway.
そうだともお前がやってきたの
He's a
は分かっ
wizard.
たんでね
Destroy the spellbook.
すぐに
Get him.
結界を
Like
発
for
動
real.
させたんだタイミングには苦労したんだぜ何しろあんまり早すぎると逃げられるし遅すぎると顔を合わせる
It
から
is
さ
bold of you to assume we would have run away, actually.
Ain't that the truth?
Like, no matter what would happen, we are going to face you. You don't know your friend very well, and that's saying a lot.
Mm-hmm. But it goes to show, were they truly ever friends?
At one point, maybe.
However briefly, yeah.
僕としちゃエミヤが顔面蒼白になるのを見たかったわけだし単純にことを起こすのだけは避けたかったんだ
そうか。話があるっていうのは嘘か。
Oh, do you hear that silent rage?
Mm-hmm.
話はこれからさ僕とお前どちらが優れているか遠坂に思い知らせないといけないしエミヤには嘘の謝罪をしないといけないからねほらエミヤには黙ってたけど学校に結界を敷いたのは僕なんだ
Oh, sure, that's what you were lying about.
Yeah. Shinji laughs like it's the funniest thing ever. That I guess I've learned never to trust him.
あれ思ったより驚かないななんだこの結界は僕じゃないって言ったのにエミヤは信じてくれなかったんだいいねいいねお前でも
Now,
人を
see,
信じ
I
ない
don't
なん
look
てことがあっ
surprised
た
because
わ
this
け
is my
だ
murder face.
Shinji's merry laughter bores into my skull like a drill. I have to point out, I'm completely surprised. I'd just been bracing myself to learn who set up this bounded field, Shinji or the other master. That was all. But so much for my optimism. I should have settled things with Shinji the moment I learned he was a master. This is all my fault.
シンジ、なんでこんなものを仕掛けた？戦う気がないって言ったのも嘘だったのか？
いやそれは本当なんじゃない僕だってこんなものを発動させる気はなかったんだこれはあくまで交渉材料だったんだよ
You think. Mm-hmm.
爆弾を仕掛けておけば遠坂だっておいそれと僕を襲わなくなるし 万が一の切り札にもなるからね。
そうか。だが結界の発動にはまだ数日必要だと遠坂は言ってた。それはあいつの読み違いか。
No, it's probably just prematurely activating.
遠坂らしい意見だ。けどさ、結界は完成していないだけで、形はとっくに
Okay,
できて
so
いる。
that's why they're still alive, at
単純
least.
に発動させる分には支障はないんだ。
At least for now, they're alive.
ま、おかげで効果は薄いけどね。この分じゃ一人殺すのに、あと数
So
分
you're
は
saying
か
I
か
have
る
to
んじゃな
kill
い
you
か
in less than a minute.
I could cook with that.
止めろ。
The nausea is long since gone. The one thing is all. That one thing is all I can think of to say to Shinji right now.
止めろ？何をだい？まさかこの結界を止めろだなんて言ってるんじゃないだろうな。
止めろ。お前自分が何をしているか分かってるのか。
イラつくな。お前、何僕に命令してるわけ？だいたいさ、これは僕の力じゃないか。止めるかどうかを決められるのは僕だけだし、止めて欲しかったら土下座くらいするのが筋ってもんじゃ
What
な
was
いの？
that?
まったく、藤村といいお前といい、自分の立場が分かってないな。
Uh-huh.
You just keep making all the wrong
藤
plays,
ど
buddy.
うしたって。
That's what I'm saying. You about to catch this right hook, and you go flying out a window.
A 3-piece, no fries, no drink, a biscuit maybe, so that you can drown
こ
on
の
it.
結界ができてからさ、あいつ結構動けたんだよ。他の連中がバタバタ倒れてるっていうのに、一人でヨロヨロしてるんだぜ。
Uh-huh.
でさ、倒れずにいた僕のところまでやってきて、救急車を呼んでとか言ってきたんだ。すごいよね。教育者の鏡ってやつ？けど、そんなもの呼ぶわけにはいかないし、呼ぶ気もないじゃない？藤村のやつ、それでもしがみついてくるもんだからうざくなってさ、蹴り飛ばしてやったらピクリとも動かねえでやるの。
Buddy.
And the death warrant shall state Shinji Mato died right here in the third floor hallway, cause of death. Hero. And his own, and also Shinji's own stupidity.
The death warrant will have his own signature on it.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
There it is. I feel a switch flipping inside me. So Sokka said something about pressing a switch in my head, but it's nothing like that. There's this echoing clang in my head. Clank?
Maybe like a revolver's hammer being cocked.
Hmm.
Or perhaps a blacksmith's hammer. Let's find
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, that's what immediately came to my mind. There's another series I'm a big fan of has that same exact thing.
Oh. I was joking about the fucking...
Nice. A firing hammer strikes inside my head, and the inside of my body suddenly switches over.
最後。結界を止めろ。信じ
Oh.
Okay.
わからないやつだね。お前に頼まれれば頼まれるほど止めたくなんてなくなる。そんなに気に食わないんなら力ずくでやってみろよ、エミヤ。
Be careful what you ask for, cause you bout to receive it.
そう
He just warned you.
話は簡単だ。
Oh. Oh, he did dial up the Sasuke.
Yeah, he did. All I have to do I need to stop him so I can stop the bounded field. Something surges inside me. Fiery blood blooms through my whole body. Or fiery heat blooms through my whole body. There's no more than 20 meters between me and Shinji. It should only take an instant. My body is surging with vitality, so much more than when I activate my magic circuits.
本当にバカだねお前。
A shadow wavers. The dark shape waiting in the corner of the hallway begins to take shape and move. A sharp edge made of darkness itself. It's like a guillotine ready to cleave anything that approaches Shinji in two. I don't know what kind of magecraft it is. 3 shadows emerge. If that's all there is, a branch. Let's see. If that's all there is, I don't need to stop, keep running. Or I can't prevent it on my own. Let me call for help. I think you should call for backup. Because, I mean, yeah, you are in the zone right now and you're feeling yourself just a little bit. But I think you should have the squad with you. If possible.
You must also consider it from the perspective of Shiro as well. However, it is your choice.
This is true. This is true. From definitely, if it was from Shiro's perspective, the answer is definitely just, I don't need to stop, keep going. You're right. That would be the Shiro answer that should be gone with.
However, it is still you making the choice.
Yes.
I do not. I don't know the correct one, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I know I got it right the first time.
No.
However, I couldn't tell you what it was.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Either we're about to go pay another visit to the dojo, or this is all going to pan out. All according to Kekaku.
You know, the bomb diffuser mentality. Either I solve this, or it's suddenly not my problem anymore.
Exactly. And then we'll run it back and get it right the second time.
You know, have that classic conversation of, look, Saber, you have no way of knowing this, but this is actually the better solution.
Exactly. So, with all that being said, I'm going to go with my original choice, Wheel or Woe. We'll see how it pans out. Yes, I'm diverging from what Shiro would do. We'll see if my idea is the better one. I can't block them. Well, I can at least manage to avoid them. But I'm not sure I can dodge them and attack Shinji. The 3 sharp blades approach. I stop in my tracks and concentrate on evading, keeping an eye on Shinji. I take a step to the left to dodge the blade that rushes towards my stomach. I twist my upper body to avoid the second blade coming towards my chest from the left after I evaded the first blade. Then I rush forward to pass the third blade flying at my unprotected forehead. Aha! Boy got schmooze. He's been training. Man, the title was accurate. The fruits of my labor. Compared to Saber's attacks, this is like a game of dodgeball. Man, I love dodgeball.
Oh, yeah.
この生意気なんだよお前。
3 more shadows rush towards me. I don't even need to see where these are going. The first attack showed me how far and fast these can go, so I have no trouble avoiding this attack. I pass through the gaps between the three overlapping shadows. They're no threat. I don't feel any danger from the shadows. Saber taught me that I shouldn't hesitate as long as I don't sense that the attack will be fatal.
Shinji!
Boy, I'm about to kill you. I close in on him. He has no shadows protecting him. Just a few more steps. Maybe 3 more meters, and I can.
やめろ来るな
Shinji turns and runs. The moment I reach out to grab his back. I feel a chill run through my entire body, and I quickly jerk my arm back. Something cuts through the air. A black blade slices through the space I've been occupying just an instant before. I stop. I don't know where she came from, but standing in front of me now. Yeah, there she is. I was wondering where she was at, because I'm like, there is no way he is doing all of this without homegirl.
Support.
Yeah. I see the woman dressed in the ominous black, so dark even the most venomous shade of crimson seems pale in comparison. My mind goes blank with fear. I'm going to die. I don't want to think about it, but the image of my own brutal death fills my head. I sense it. I sense only death. The shadows earlier were nothing like this.
いいぞライダー遠慮するなそいつはお前の好きにしていい
Ryder's form blurs. I need to. Yes, another fork in the road. I need to defeat it before I get defeated. Now, what have we been learning all this week?
Yeah, no, you. I think we're realizing it's giving us an option between old Shiro and Shiro who's actually learned.
Yeah. And literally, what did Archer try to tell us as well? You ain't built for battle. So, this isn't going to be a battle. I need a dip. Call for help, something. I retreat immediately. This isn't a good time to fight. I need to regroup and make Shinji stop the bounded field. I'm not sure what happened, but I retreat desperately. Fear makes everything in front of me appear completely white. I don't even know what I'm so terrified of. Without thinking, I throw an arm out to cover my neck. Something sharp buries itself in my arm. The dull sound of scraping bone tells me the next attack will end me. I run. I can't afford to look back. I just cover my vital spots with my hands as best as I can in my frantic retreat.
Oh, he is holding up well, actually.
Yeah. Creak. Creak. The sharp edge slowly saws through my body with a horrible jarring sound. The spray of my own blood blots out my vision. Meanwhile, interesting. Ryder is rushing towards me so quickly that I can't even see her. With each cut, I hear sounds I can't even recognize coming from my own mouth. But I continue my desperate retreat, somehow surviving the dozens of fatal blows striking at me. I don't know what I'm doing. Ryder's dagger is buried in my arm. My clothes are tattered and torn, my flesh is brutally shredded. But I'm still able to shield myself with my own body, blocking the attacks aimed at my head and neck. This isn't a conscious thing at all anymore. Pure instinct drives my reactions as I desperately try to survive Ryder's attack.
Hey, that's what we were planning on. That was the whole idea, buddy. You're doing great.
Exactly. Now, if only you can do that other half of having Saber there, you would be golden. But, you know, you can't win everything. My breathing is labored. I'm only running away, rushed along by the imminent death looming over me. Eventually, whatever strength I have left will fade, and she'll catch up to me. Then I'm dead. That's what Saber had been trying to tell me. Don't fight against a servant. Fight wouldn't even be the right word for it. She told me again and again.
So why the hell am I in this position now? All I want to do is get Shinji as fast as possible, make him shut off this goddamn bounded field. So what the hell am I doing?
Yeah. You're doing that other thing that she told you not to do. Go by yourself places. But you know what? He learned at least one lesson, so we'll give him his props there.
I give him a D-.
Yeah.
It's not an F.
何してるんだライダー
Exactly.
もういいだろうさっさと切り殺しちゃえよどうせ何もできないんだからさそいつは
Shinji is elated, his voice triumphant. Ryder nods and swings her dagger up in a wide arc. She's striking at my head. I can't dodge. All I can really do is try to prevent her from hitting anything vital.
Metal?
Oh no, that's just it hidden bone, apparently. The dagger stabs into my shoulder, right below the collarbone. Oh wow. I hear a high-pitched metallic sound, then the click of a tongue. What? The end of Ryder's dagger is starting to disintegrate.
驚いた。私の刃物では殺せない。
As in,
Oh,
like, physically, or like, you don't want to? Because those are very different statements.
This is true. The latter implies that, like, that moment that we shared on that porch, like that was something and you couldn't kill me, but the former, that means that I'm just built different.
Given the metal sound, that might be accurate.
Right?
Assembled incorrectly, but somehow...
Congratulations, Congratulations, Shiro. You were a cyborg all along.
Beep boop. Must destroy Shinji.
Oh gosh. Ryder stops. In that instant, I frantically tried to come up with a way to leverage this sudden opportunity.
No, don't think! Ah!
落ちて死になさい。
You fool. You should have ran. Kept running.
You should have taken that Maverick shit to heart. Don't think. You think up there, you're dead.
Exactly. Something strikes me with all the force of a sledgehammer, and I go flying out the window. Dang it,
Oh,
see, this is that thing that I was telling you that you should have did to Shinji.
This
But anyways.
shit, man, the form on that right hook, it might have been a kick act. Man, the form on whatever she just did.
Yeah, I'm expecting a kick.
Just straight up taekwondo, spinning back kick, like...
Alright. This is the moment when you learn to fly, right?
Sink or swim, bitch, sink or swim.
Yeah, it was a kick. It had only been a kick to the stomach, but I go flying, shattering the window. We're on the 3rd floor. I recalled. Left alone, I'd die of blood loss anyways, so a fall from this height will be enough to finish me off. I mean, an ordinary human will be dead on the spot from a blow strong enough to send them flying like this anyways. I reach out. Maybe I'm not falling yet, or maybe I'm just hallucinating right before I die. But my body is still suspended in midair. See? Flying. I reach out, desperately grasping for something. Anything. Sky is crimson. The school is pulsating like a creature's stomach. And am I just going to die? Let something like this happen? Let this happen? Am I going to let myself die without saving so much as a single person? I grip my teeth furiously. I can't win. This is not even a battle. I knew that going in, but I still screwed it up. There's no more pain. All I fear is my sheer rage making my insides unravel. I thought I could do it alone. Yeah. This is what I get for saying I won't let Saber fight.
Archer tried to tell you, Rin tried to tell you, Saber tried to tell you.
Search your feelings, Luke. You know it to be true. Yourself tried to tell you. I was an idiot. I can't save anyone on my own. If I really wanted to end this war, there was one thing I should have done right from the start. He asked me whether I was really not going to fight, not kill, and not let anyone kill. If I realized my mistake, I should first decide what to fix, then decide who to punish. And then I see it. There on my arm, still reaching up as if to touch the heavens, my command spells, waiting for an order. Alright. So we got I summon Saber in attack mode. I need Saber to come save me. Okay, so that means you about to waste at least 5 seconds coming up with, oh yeah, command spells exist, and so therefore I need to go summon Saber and then fall to the ground. And then I can't waste my command spells.
Buddy, you have all 3 right now.
If you can't use it now when you're about to die, boy, I don't think you're going to use them ever. So therefore, I summon Saber in attack mode. I murmur those words like a prayer. My life doesn't matter anymore. But to put a stop to this savage brutality, I muster up all my strength and call for my blade. Ooh. One of the command spell strokes disappears. At that very moment, the space around me begins to waver. Okay. So this is magic. Okay. Saber, clad in her silver armor, bursts through the ripples in space and time to appear before me.
Just tackles you out of the air. Okay, we're in business.
Hey, we live. We could say E-tie, so therefore we still kicking. Oh, whoops. My back slams into the ground. I stop breathing. The force of impact jars every bone and organ in my body. Several ribs crack, or probably break outright. And yet, my body is intact. My bloody arms are still attached. Saber runs to me, forcing my numb limbs to move. I push to my feet, the shower that I'm alright. Boy, why are you moving? Don't you know when things are broken not to move?
説明している暇はない。状況はわかるな、セイバー。
Go forth and do that which you have always wanted to do. Slay.
待ってくださいシロ。それはわかりますが、その前にあなたの体を。
ライダーを頼む。あいつはお前でしか倒せない。
いけません。シロの治療が先です。このままではあなたが死ぬ。
それは違う。先にやるべきことがあるだろう。
We need to beat Shinji and Ryder as quickly as possible. Nothing is more important.
ですが、それでは。
Aww. Saber is focused only on me. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't happy about that. But there's no time to argue. If Saber doesn't want to listen, I just need to use my second command spell. Boy, you just burning through him, ain't you? She must have understood my resolve. Saber reluctantly accepts my decision.
わかりました。マスター、指示を。
ライダーを倒せ。俺は真珠を叩く。
Saber does not hesitate. She nods, and without another word, turns towards the school building like a whirlwind. I run up the stairs. Boy, he really is just built different. I fell out of a third-story window after getting hacked / stepped and
then whooped.
Yes, and punted out the window.
Broke the glass and probably every rib I had.
Yeah, landed on the ground on his back, and then
Whipped the
said,
girl on top of him probably.
"Nah,
With all
she
that
would have.
metal on her.
Nah, she would have stuck the landing."
And then he's still running upstairs.
Yeah, and then this boy out here running upstairs. Man, what a trooper!
You know, I really feel like the moment that he actually understood this magic shit, it's like everything else started working for him.
Yeah, but you know what? If anything, he's just doing what Archer told him. Imagine the future in which you win and make it happen. So he said, you know what? In order to do this, I need to be up here schmoovin'. So therefore, I'm gonna be schmoovin'.
The person I was 3 seconds ago, he can't win this. I gotta win this.
Exactly. Ryder and Shinji are on the 3rd floor. I can tell Shinji's still on the 3rd floor because of the way my command spells are reacting. The moment I set foot on the 3rd floor, sparks fly. I couldn't see, but Saber must have parried Ryder's attempt at a sneak attack from above.
シロ、ライダーはここで倒します。あなたはライダーのマスターを。
Oh, look at that. We're going tag team. I like it. She doesn't need to tell me.
This crap.
Right? A Saber can't possibly lose to Ryder. She won't. That's true.
Compared to Sasaki.
Mm-hmm. I'm absolutely sure after what little I was able to learn of Ryder's abilities during my brief fight with her.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm. Saber's abilities vastly exceed Ryder's.
任せた。だが深追いはするな。真珠を止めればそれで終わる。
I run right past Saber. That same instant, Ryder flings a dagger at me with murderous intent, but Saber rushes in to deflect the attack. I run down the hallway. Ahead, I see a bewildered Shinji.
I'd be bewildered too in this scenario.
Ain't that the truth? All Shiro needs to do is be like, Shinji, I'm coming for ya.
さすがに手ぶらじゃないか。
Wanna know how I got these scars, Shinji?
Oh my gosh. Guess I'll be at a disadvantage if I go at him empty-handed. What you gonna do so that way you're not empty-handed?
Just grab a tile off the floor.
You know what?
Like, you know what? A mop's fine too. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
A mop's kind of like a sword. You can make it like one. Go ahead.
No, it's a mop. It's a javelin. Pokey poke poke poke. Time to go clean up his act, you see.
Gonna beat him like using Taylor Swift as a weapon.
トレーソン。
That's the fastest he's ever done that.
Yeah. I think he's getting the hang of this or something.
I think the switch is helping.
Yeah. I pass magical energy through my body as I run. Maybe I'm not distracted, or maybe I just can't afford to think of anything else. But I managed to strengthen the plastic mop as effortlessly as breathing. So therefore, the secret is life-threatening situations, because he did the same exact thing with that poster that he got.
The difference being it did still take longer.
True. That
However,
is a difference.
Between the life-threatening danger forcing him to get good
Mm-hmm.
and his blinding, seething rage.
Yes. Saying, you're going to work so I can beat this man's face in. Yeah. That'll do it. The shadows begin forming again. I'm badly injured, but I don't feel the least bit sluggish. That's the adrenaline for you.
Oh yeah, he's gonna take a rest afterwards, and he's just gonna collapse.
Exactly. Pull a Nobuyuki, just full out splay on the ground like a starfish. More than that, I have a weapon now. That
Yeah, you
means I don't even need the dodge. I use the mop to smack aside each shadow as it flies towards me.
He just parried magic.
Yeah. The mop breaks, but I expected as much from something done so hastily. Not bad.
Breaking plastic is so... I can't even picture that. That's so ouch.
I mean, it has been strengthened, so it's probably not quite plastic anymore.
You're right. It's probably more like, you know, hard plastic. It's probably shattering is what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, beat him to death with your bare hands. Do it. I know you can now.
Ain't that the truth? Besides, I don't even need it no more. I'm so close.
Ooh.
I lash out with a furious punch. The impact jars my arm, which is still practically cut to ribbons, so painfully that I nearly pass out. I punch Shinji in the stomach, then grab him and shove him against the wall.
If it's just pain.
Yeah, exactly. Shinji tries to shove my hand away. Without missing a beat, I kick his grasping arm. I can't even control myself right now. I slam the arm I kicked against the wall and break it. Nice.
Ooh.
Very nice. I don't even hear Shinji's screams.
We do.
This is bad. If I don't focus, it might be me who faints. I should hurry while I can still move. Yeah, this is true. As much as I too would enjoy a nice look what you've made me do moment. We have a single goal.
Yeah, and I don't think this is quite a Poseidon moment right now. He's no.
Exactly. I grab Shinji's hair and smash him into the wall. Man,
Yes.
boy's doing work.
悲鳴は後だ。今すぐ結界を止めろ、シンジ。
Scream later is so hard.
Right? What a line. What a line.
After breaking his arm,
ふざけるな。誰が
you
お
want to
前
break the other one?
Smash his face in the wall again. I grab Shinji by the throat with the arm I can still control. Blood pours from my arm. It seeps through my clothes and it drips onto Shinji's body, staining him.
結界の前にお前の息の根を止めるだけだ。どっちでもいいぞ、俺は。はい、
Ooh.
It's just that simple. Turn off
Blow
the
yourself
bounded
up
field.
or leave. I don't care which.
Yeah. Like you said, this friendship's over, so it really don't matter to me which way or the other. I will lose no sleep. I squeeze. It must be all the magical energy coursing through my body. But I could snap his neck like a twig.
データラメだ。お前にそんなことできるもんか。それに僕はまだ誰も殺してないぞ。ただみんなから少しだけ命を分けてもらっ
And
た。
everybody just doesn't seem to understand who they're dealing with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, also emphasis on get. You make it sound like that is not going to be the end result in T-minus 2 minutes.
And furthermore,
じゃあな、
yeah.
シンジ。
Whew. Sayonara. I squeeze harder.
The much more rude Jane.
There's no hesitation. Maybe a little sympathy, but there's still no hesitation. I feel bad that as a fellow mage, Shinji was never taught the rules of being a mage. And so didn't have any problems killing innocents.
待ってくれ、分かった。僕の負けだ、エミヤ。結界はすぐに止める。止めるから。
Snap the neck.
くそ、バカ力出しやがって。おい、ライダー、ブラッドフォードを止めろ。マスターの命が危ないんだぞ。
Yeah. There's no response from Ryder. But hearing Shinji, Ryder takes a step back from Ryder. Or Saber. Yeah, takes a step back from Ryder. Ryder lowers her dagger. I see her mouth move.
これでいいんだろう。この結界は特殊らしくてね。一度貼った場所にはそう簡単に貼り直せないらしい。もうここに結界を貼ることはないんだから、その手を離せよ。
Now hit him one more time to knock him out, for good measure.
そうはいくか。勝った以上はこっちの言い分に従ってもらう。
Ah, there it is.
レイジを捨てろ。そうすれば二度と争うこともない。
There's the Sasuke.
Oh, boy's thinking good. We said we're gonna nip this one in the bud right here, right now.
You saw what I could have done to you, so you listen to me.
そんな真似ができるもんか。レイジがなくなったらライダーをして。
Then you can go to the church like the rest of the losers.
Mm-hmm.
マスターでなくなるんだろう。なら信徒の教会に行けばいい。戦いから降りたマスターを保護してくれるそ
Damn,
う
I
だ。
was joking.
それとも何か身を守るために結界を張ったっていうのは嘘か。
Yeah. It's like, or are you just afraid that Ryder, who will not be controlled by you anymore, and thus will have at least a short amount of time before she disappears, will come for you and be like, how dare you mistreat me, snap, stab, etc.
別にそんなこと言ってないだろう。僕はただマスターになってサーバントを従えていれば。
He thought he could be a mage. But what's the point of
こ
becoming
こま
one?
でだシンジ。レイジを捨てないのなら俺が剥ぎ取る。
That is true. It is tied to that particular body part.
Do I sense
Haruto?
an iota of Arito in there?
That is 1,000% what he would do.
We know what he does about nerve endings, like.
For the record, they were puppets, but yes.
I know what I said.
Shinji tilts his head in genuine wonderment. This isn't an act. Shinji really doesn't know what I'm talking about.
だから
シロ離れて。
Exactly. I hear Saber shout. Maybe it's all the training at the dojo, but my body reacts to Saber's words before my brain processes them. I let go of Shinji and jump back. At the moment, Ryder's dagger swings through the spot I have been standing in a heartbeat before.
ライダー。
下がりなさいマスター。この場から離脱します。 シロ下がって。ライダーは結界維持に使っていた魔力を全て解放するつもりです。
Uh-huh.
魔力を解放する。
I look towards Ryder. He does seem odd. The way she just appeared here when she's been confronting Saber a second ago. The code error emanating from her. Everything about her is suddenly far more intimidating than she has ever been before.
ライダー。何考えてんだお前。エミヤのサーバントにさえ勝てないくせに勝手なことしてんじゃない。
はい。確かに私ではセイバーに及びません。ですがご安心を。我がホームは他のサーバントを凌駕しています。
That's right, we did look at
たとえ
that.
相手が何者であ
Mm-hmm.
れ我の失踪を
It is pretty high ranking.
Yeah. Ryder raises her dagger. Everyone gasps in surprise.
Pardon?
It's like, whoa, that was some bold words. For some reason, Ryder presses her dagger to her neck and slashes her own throat. Oh.
That's not safe for Twitch.
Red sprays everywhere. Blood gushes from the black-clad Ryder's pale neck.
何を。
Shinji is just as surprised as the rest of us. No matter how extraordinary servants may be, a slashed throat is fatal. Ryder will bleed out and disappear on her own. As expected. Mm-hmm.
It's a ritual. She has the material components.
She is, in fact, a blood mage. The splattered blood stops midair and slowly forms into a circle. A magic circle drawn in blood.
Something chickens.
Huh?
Do you remember the discussion we had about using chicken blood to summon serpents?
Oh. Yes, exactly.
I'm not gonna do the chant, but I think you hear it in your head already.
Oh my gosh. It's a pattern I've never seen before. I would be more surprised if you had, but anyways.
He knows a surprising amount about lore.
It's true. The design resembles a creature. An ominous creature. Writers created a giant lump of magical energy. The bounded field from earlier seems like child's play compared to this magic circle.
The wind?
This must be a truly massive amount of magical energy. I'm being pushed back as if by a strong wind.
離れて。ライダーは宝具を使う気です。そこにいては巻き込まれる。
Yeah? Saber grabs me and jerks me back. She faces down Ryder in her magic circle as she protects
逃げ
me.
るつもりかライダー。自身のマスターをも巻き込むというのなら、ここで引導を渡すだけだ。そのような宝具を使わせはしない。
This is true. Beat the caster and the problem is in fact solved.
まさかマスターを守るのがサーバントの役割でしょう。私はマスターを連れて逃げるだけ。それが気に食わないのなら追ってきなさい、セイバー。
What? I can't hear you over the wind.
Yeah.
もっともこれを見た後でもあなたに戦う気迫が残っていればの話です。
I know your name, but I refuse to kneel.
Oni. A throbbing sound pulses through the school. With the sound of rending flesh, Ryder's hair whirls around her. Nani? Saber tugs my hand and drags me to the ground. There's a roar and then a flash. I close my eyes against the raging wind. But even with my eyes closed, I still feel its intensity. Something white streaks by. A huge bolt of light shoots down the hallway at tremendous speed. Oh.
Secret war.
Yeah. Yeah. All I see before me is dreadful destruction. Shinji and Ryder are gone. Good thing you know where they live.
I really feel like he wouldn't just go straight to his house. That's like the obvious pick. I will let you hope, but I feel like
I mean, yes, I agree. They should not go back home after escaping here. But still, we know where they live.
yes, we do.
But also, either way, I don't think the plan was to immediately pursue anyways.
Oh yeah,
Maybe tomorrow, however. But not today. The bolt of light wasn't after us. It was probably a means of escape. Actually, you know what? This is probably what gives Ryder her Ryder status. Because I've been like, everything else you doing, girl, is very almost assassin feeling. Like, got all these
Yeah.
shadow attacks and just
Well,
a
the shadow attack was Shinji. Is the thing.
yeah.
But the throwing daggers, the literal daggers. The fucking sorry, not it. It's a fucking spike. Let's be realistic about what it is. The
Mm-hmm.
black clothing, the f-
Mm-hmm.
the eye band, like
Appearing out of nowhere.
the chains. You've been
Yeah.
espionaging this entire goddamn time, and even
Yeah.
then. The one time we see you use an ability, it's more magic and casting than actual.
Yeah.
Might have been Phantom Seed.
Yeah, that's what I'm expecting. Or imagining, shall I say. My wounds hurt.
Imagine that.
I feel a hammering in my head again. The heat flowing through my body quickly fades. Yeah? I don't hear Saber's question. My vision goes blank white.
As white as his name.
Indeed. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I'm having that dream. Maybe this is what death looks like to me. The closer I get to death, the more I keep seeing these images I don't want to see. I see motionless bodies crumbling and disappearing. That moment when everyone desperately sought help, but none came. That was painful. It was so terrible, it hurt even to live, and I thought maybe just disappearing would put me out of my misery. Dazed, I reached my hand out, but not because I wanted help. I just thought the sky was so far away. That was my final thought, I think. And then I lost consciousness, and my outstretched hand fell to the ground. Or rather, it should have.
Ops.
Mm-hmm. A large hand grabs the smaller one as it falls. It rushed into the fire to save somebody, and found me. I remember that face. I remember the tears pooling in his eyes, how overjoyed he was to have found a living human being. He looked so happy. It seemed almost like he was the one being saved, not me. And then he actually looked envious of me, who was on the brink of death. He even looked grateful for something as he rescued the strange child. It was a turning point in my life. The weakness I showed in accepting death became a strength, a desire to live. My mind, which had practically gone blank, was filled with the joy of being saved in that moment. I tried moving my fingers with what strength I had left as not to let go of the man's hand. And then I finally passed out. The next thing I knew, I was in the hospital, and the man who had saved me had come to visit. That was 10 years ago. From then on, all I ever did was follow in Kirisugu's footsteps. The only thing I could think of was being like him. Not because he saved me. I couldn't shake the image of his face back. I couldn't shake off the image of his face back then, and I tried to become the same thing. I've been striving for that ever since. Somewhere in the back of my mind, I dreamed I would notice. That's right, that I would one day. I held to the hope, the dream that one day I too would be saved if I could smile like Kirisugu did back then.
Going qua. New weapon data added.
I think. Whip. Unnamed dagger.
Oh.
A large nail-like weapon that Ryder uses. Its source is unknown, but it is thought to represent her inner nature.
Kunai whip chain. Thanks, Joey.
Basically.
I do think that's a good place to stop it, though.
I
Because,
agree.
man, we got. I feel like you were planning on stopping just before Shinji, and then all of that happened.
Yes, that is literally what happened.
Yeah, once the game actually gets its claws into you, yeah.
It's like, all right, well, I guess we're here. Here until
guess-
it decides to retract claws.
I guess we scrapping.
Yeah, we scrapping.
I guess we beating up 17-year-olds today.
Yes, they
He
deserved
deserved
it. I agree.
I
But
will
with
leave
that,
you to
good
that,
night
of
to the
course.
peoples. Thanks for joining, sticking with us
Good
for the long
night,
haul.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I will probably record that. I'll probably get that
The
clip
clip.
tomorrow now. Yeah.
Oh yeah.